And a very good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Thank you to everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams at edmontonsportstalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio. Thank you for those watching on YouTube, listening on podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you very much. The Hangout, it is brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades of helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider by Canadian Store Canadian. Thank you again, Iwanyk, Zachary Kubusch with you here, and joining us, friend of Edmonton Sports Talk, one of our favorites, Marc Majeau, MCTV podcast, along with the Cara Family Resource Center. Marc, how are you?
Gentlemen, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for the invite. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Of course, love the shoes.
Thank you.
What's the inspiration of those black? It feels Halloween, but
They look Philadelphia Flyers-ish.
There you, that's a good one.
Little Flyers-ish, but the Jordan ones are my favorite shoes. So anytime I see them, I usually try to pick them up.
So how many pairs of shoes do you think that you own?
So driving in, I heard Dusty say he has about 24 plaid shirts.
Yeah.
But he is getting rid of 7 or 8, so he does, until he gets rid of those, he's at over 30, yes.
So I have probably about 20 in my rotation, and then probably another 10 to 15 that are out of rotation, and then probably like another 5 or 6 beaters that I mow the lawn with.
Okay,
like
so when you say out of rotation, though, is it to keep them clean and you don't want to wear them?
I always keep my shoes clean.
Okay. Well, I can tell. Anytime I've seen you, you've always had fresh kicks on.
Sometimes, like, I wear them for a while, I put them on the bench, then I bring them back out. Winter, we get like 4 months of good weather here without snow and rocks and all that kind of stuff. So for winter, I have some heavier ones, but summer's really when I can break out more of the low cuts.
Do you retire any of them? Like, they're so nice. I've worn them enough.
You know what?
I'm ready to, like, I don't want them to have any issues. They are retired.
About a year ago, I had a lot. So what I did is I actually brought a bunch to an old folks home. And so if you ever see an older gentleman rocking a size 11 Jordans, those were from me. So rather than retiring them, I thought I'd let some old folks have some run with them.
Oh, that's lovely.
Right. Yeah.
Either that or like donate them. Like, there's so many things that you can do with the unused clothes, but that's nice that you probably very much enjoyed those shoes, and he's probably still wearing them to this day.
I would love to see, I didn't get to see the reaction of the folks I gave them to, but I would love to see an 80-year-old man with like Jordan 9s be like, what are these? So it's fun. Spread the love. And like,
better shoes than I have.
Thrift shopping has become like such a larger thing over the last few years. So there's so many good thrift shops around town that you can either find, trade, or sell around town. So yeah, shoes are a lot. It's fun.
Thrifting has become massive. And I remember I was reading something just a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, that was saying it's booming and it's going to keep growing because, the baby boomers have grown and they're downsizing now, or all of that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that is now just getting filtered to thrift stores. So it's become a bigger business.
Like books, DVDs, like physical media. I think it's kind of making a comeback in some ways. So
I think for a lot of people, they'll be fighting for that one a little bit.
Yeah. So there's like tons of Blu-rays. Any thrift shop you walk into in Edmonton has about 10 copies of the Titanic on VHS.
Yep.
There's a few you can spot at every single thrift store.
And the Notebook, too.
And the Notebook, yeah.
Those two.
There's a bunch of those that always have a lot. You're probably too young to remember the 2 VHS tapes, though, right?
The double? Stack? So
Titanic's
into one.
2.
Yeah, Titanic came on 2 tapes.
Oh, you needed 2 tapes to run Titanic?
You watch it, and then there'd be like a end, because the first tapes run out, so you got to take it out and put it in to finish the movie.
Well, I mean, I've watched VHS
Have you?
growing up. Yeah,
Okay.
that was kind of the thing. It was like when I was, 7 or 8 years old, we had a few DVDs, but it was a lot of VHS because my parents kind of had the system, and they're like, well, we don't want to change over. Like, we like where we're at with this. So lots of VHS. I didn't know the double stack, though, was a thing where you had to pull it out, then rewind that first tape, and then put the second one in.
There was a few.
You didn't have to rewind the first tape.
You didn't have to. You should.
Be kind, rewind.
Titanic was one. I think Godfather was a double dip as well, too. Like, there was a few that just had the full...
Any of the Lord of the Rings?
I think Return of the King is too.
Yeah.
But I don't think the
hours.
Fellowship is not.
Anything plus 3 hours was usually 2.
I wonder what the most recent movie. I'm sure it's a quick Google search. I'll do it while I'm asking this.
The last new movie
to
it might actually
VHS.
be Lord of the Rings. I would check.
Really?
I think it actually is one of the Lord of the Rings movies for the last VHS release.
Like major release.
Yeah, major release. Now they're making a comeback now. We can talk about sports if you want.
Oh, we've got lots. Well, I wanted to see how many Jordans Yukon has.
We have a fun text thread, actually.
Because I says, how many Jordans do you have? Currently, only 4 pairs of flagship Air Jordan sneakers and like 3 or 4 pairs of Jordan brand sneakers, Zion, Luka, etc. Career lifetime couldn't count.
Yeah.
So he's only rotating about 8 pairs right now.
He also, his family's getting into it though. Like
Yeah.
seeing his wife has always had really good shoes too, but his kids are getting into it as well too. So with my daughter, I haven't bought her a ton, just she grows so fast. So I'll wait till she hits a static size for a year before I really go crazy.
She'll be the cool kid at school.
Hopefully.
Going with the
Hopefully.
Jordans.
Hopefully.
That'll be the other ones will be jealous because
Hopefully.
she's got the Jordans.
Well, you got a buddy. He's a shorter gentleman. Let's say that he's a short king. I've gone shoe shopping with him, and I'm jealous. I can't do this because I'm taller. I got bigger feet. He shops in the kids section.
Really?
He checks out to see because the max size I think will fit his shoes, but he's saving like $50-$60.
It adds up,
So
man.
I can't even get like I make fun of him, but I'm like, well, you're actually saving $60. It's hard to it's hard to shoot you down when you got $60 in your pocket, but it's always funny to try and like see the cool kids though growing up, like because I was always kind of the guy who got like, I don't know, I'd get like a pair of DC shoes or whatever, and they weren't really hip at the time. Not a lot of kids had DC shoes unless you're in like elementary for me growing up, and then once it hit like junior high, it was all Nike SB or not SBs, Air Force Ones.
Oh yeah,
the black or the white.
those are still popular.
every single year.
You're a size 12.
Yeah.
Still got it. My sport, my retail days from 20 years ago still never fail. A bit of a wider foot too, I see.
Yeah,
that's why you had to wear the
probably
skate
a double
shoes.
E. Yeah,
That's why I had to wear the skate shoes. I like it.
no, got the little bit of.
That's
focus.
that's my weird like carnival skill. I could guess people's shoe sizes.
Oh, see, I always thought that was an interesting one because it's easy to like if you look at enough shoes, you should be able to.
That's just it. Yep. Matt, you're like 10, 10 and a half,
10 and a half.
No.
11.
No. Well, actually, wait. What are these shoes? Because sometimes I think I know what these ones are. Yeah, no, they're 9.5.
9.5. Okay.
They are 9.5.
Interesting.
Common size. I think it's one of the most popular sizes.
Really?
Is it? Well, that's good to know.
It always depends on the fit.
No, I have Jordans that are 10 because, and I've mentioned this story before, I think on air. My parents' condo, somebody once left Jordans in my dad's truck in a box. So he went on his message form and said, somebody's Jordans, and he was on for like 2 months, and no one got them. So he's like, "What size are you?" I'm like 9.5. He's like, "These are 10s. Did you want them?" I'm like, "Yes, I'll take them."
Perfect.
And it was the first time. It was my first Jordans. They are lovely. I've never bought another pair since. I've said I want to. I just never actually done it.
Yeah.
They are very comfortable.
They are.
They're very nice. I understand the world of Jordans.
Yeah.
And one of these, I do look every so. I want Lakers one day. I want Miami Hurricanes one day. But they are nice. Yeah.
They are like the color variations though that you can get with it, and just like
the
the certain
comfort. They're
styles.
comfy.
Yeah. Really?
Like, all right, they're comfy shoes.
It's a
See, I've never
slippery
gone to
slope.
that.
Just be careful.
Okay.
Be very careful.
There's always certain kinds of shoes though. Like I can't be a Converse guy or the Chuck Taylor because it just doesn't fit my feet.
Yeah,
like the
that's
way
fair.
that it looks. So I think I tried maybe the Jordans one time. I'm like, they look, I don't know, they're too bulky for me or something like that. Like, yeah, you need a certain style to rock the Jordans, and I'm
course.
kind of jealous.
You will get there eventually.
Okay.
I like
Gotta
the
work
Vans.
towards it.
Yeah.
Vans are ones I like.
Very comfy too.
Yeah, I do like Vans. But yeah, and the one buddy I have, he was getting Jordan golf shoes.
Oh, really?
What?
And they released golf shoes and stuff. So
Yeah,
you'd
they-
have different ones than that. They were pretty sweet.
Yeah. I've seen a few of those. Those are really sharp.
Yeah, it's funny we're not saying the LeBrons.
Yeah.
No.
I know. Gager brought that up too in the
Does
in
he
the
have a
GOAT
lot of
debate.
shoes?
I think he has one for every year he's been in the league, but I don't think they've really had the stranglehold that they thought.
Is he? It is Nike, right?
still
Yeah,
Nike,
because he's
yeah.
got a lifetime deal.
Kobe's are still incredibly popular.
Really?
Jalen Brunson, rather than getting his own shoe brand, just asked, can we just colorize Kobe's? So Jalen Brunson still wears Kobe's, just with special color brands.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
He's losing out on a lot of money.
He is. He is. But if we're being honest, I'm pretty sure he's making that up somewhere else. James Dolan, owner of the Knicks, is making sure Jalen Brunson is compensated. After that massive pay cut he took, I don't think that's a pay cut in the true sense that you and I would take a pay cut.
No,
You're still
there's,
getting over here.
Yeah.
there's something happening.
Jalen Brunson in like last month was announced as the ambassador for some salad company, which I'm terrified Pablo Torre is going to start digging into that, and we're going to find out something super sketchy around it.
Or flip side, we're going to see that it's okay to get sponsorship deals.
Yeah.
And it's going to open up a very new world of the NBA. If the NBA is sitting there going, well, they got him Kawhi Leonard sponsorship deals over there and he got paid. What could we do about it? How many teams are going to start? Okay, how do we go about this? How do we go about paying these people on the side?
Yep.
And you can't really say, well, you're doing it to skirt the cap, but you can. It's kind of, you put 2 and 2 together, equals 4.
This stuff's been happening, I think, for a long time.
Yeah.
And now the spotlight's just under it. It's a different situation, but what's happening with college football right now, guys jumping all over the place, getting paid legally over the table.
Nil money, right?
But it was always there.
Always there. Always there.
But now everyone could go get it.
Yeah.
And get more, and people could just do it all above board and go, well, I'm a massive booster. I'm going to buy the most expensive offensive line in history. Here's $25 million to Texas, and all of a sudden they have the best, this expensive offensive line in college football. It'll be intriguing where that all settles eventually.
That's just it. It has to, because right now it is way out of control. And I think maybe 20 years ago was too far. So we just have to find that middle.
It's that pendulum swinging at the point. Yeah. And now it's over here, and it'll come back, and it'll settle in here, and we'll be, okay, this is how we go.
For a bit.
Like, I'm sure you're aware, excuse me, the tight end from the Browns who's going back to college.
Yeah, I was just going to say that,
I don't understand this.
So for those who don't know, there is a player who, I think he was undrafted, but was at Cleveland Browns training camp, and he's going to get released. And if he doesn't clear waivers, he's going back to college because he still has a year of eligibility left. He's going to go to LSU. My question is, outside of the tight ends coach at LSU, who thinks this is a good idea? Like, who thinks this is good for football, that a guy can turn pro and then go back to college? Like, that is a mess. And it's even beyond a slippery slope what's happening right now.
Well, with that, like, what was the reasoning behind it? Because I saw it was that they went to court for some reason to say that his eligibility was, like, he could still step back. I don't know why it was. Was it something that was withheld from him?
No, I think he declared for the draft after 4 years and still had 1 year left of his eligibility. So he's like, I'll go back to college. I will be Rodney Dangerfield in that movie, Back to School. Could you imagine the insults that guy's going to get?
Yeah, it's like you're an NFL cat. Like you couldn't even make it that
you're a grown man playing
Billy Madison.
Yeah,
now.
like that's exactly what it is. That's just one story, and it's also Lane Kiffin at LSU, which I think is also something that doesn't help to be brought into the conversation.
Daquan Wright, undrafted, was with Philly. They waived him on the 10th. On the 11th, he was claimed by the Browns, and we'll see what happens there. I guess his argument is I didn't get paid. I was never a professional. But we've always had a thing, once you declare for the draft, once the draft happens, like, you're gone. You're there. Yeah. And would this then change? It'd be very interesting. Because what if you're that top end? Let's say Archie Manning if he went for the draft this year, declared, doesn't go first overall and go, I'm actually going to go to college.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sign my rookie contract. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go back for 1 year because I want to be the first number 1 overall pick. Is that the can of worms that's being opened up?
I certainly think it is. And I think if a certain team is at the top of the draft board that Arch doesn't want to go to, I think that's something that needs to be considered as well. We've seen players refuse to play. Yeah. And this is not a recent thing, right? Like Eric Lindros was one, Eli Manning. Like this has happened in other sports. It's a mess right now.
Well, the article says several athletes who signed NFL contracts in the summer granted the temporary restraining order by a Louisiana court maintain another year of NCAA eligibility. Later on, it says, according to ESPN, 16 football players were part of this lawsuit. 33 athletes across several sports, all seeking a 5th-year eligibility. Wow. So, I mean, there's not just him. So
there's a lot,
but that's it's then Lane Kiffin that adds. It's
Lane Kiffin.
But now because there's money in college, you want to go back to college because if I'm not making it on a pro team, well, you
can make it somewhere.
There's hundreds of thousands, if not a couple $1 million sitting for me over here.
Well,
before, if you were that player, well, why would you want to go back to college? Okay, whatever. You're just gonna move on with your life. Maybe you take a crack at the Canadian Football League. But now it's, no, there's way more money there. I need to get back there. This guy wants to pay me? Yeah, I want to go there. How do I get back there?
And you think you can get more money? Well, I was in an NFL training camp. right?
Yep.
Bring me back, pay me.
Former pro football player.
Yeah.
There was a time
Former unpaid pro.
watching when we were in right after the lockdown. A lot of those dating shows like Love is Blind and everything, when the NBA had so many players rolling through, so many guys would then claim, I'm a pro basketball player. Well, you played 8 minutes for the Clippers in the bubble. I suppose you are a pro basketball player. There's going to be a lot of dudes that are saying they're pro football players now on those dating apps and dating shows.
Yeah. Come on, man. I was like I would have been the fifth string.
Yeah.
You know,
I was there. They gave me the warm-up suit. I got it. I was there.
I had my jersey still.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to college football season. I can't wait.
Next week, man, right?
Yes.
It's going?
And on both sides, actually, Regina's in town to take on the Bears on Friday. Are you calling games?
I am. I'm back.
You are?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Year 5.
You and Doug?
Myself
You
and
got
Doug.
your
Yes.
fifth year of eligibility?
Yeah.
Good way to look at it, too. No, the Bears are, September 4th. That's going to be fun. If you haven't been to a Golden Bears football game, the first home game of the season is always the best. It has the best turnout. The stands are packed with fans. You can tell people are kind of experiencing this for the first time. Helps that it's a Saskatchewan-based team. Saskatchewan always travels very well, and there's expectations on the Golden Bears this year. So,
Well, they've got the new quarterback.
from the NCAA.
From the NCAA, that's a big deal. Like, it's intriguing why they're bringing him in. For 1 year. I was talking to Jay. They lost a recruit over it who went back to Saskatchewan for it. But what is this talent then that you are bringing in? It is fun at Footfield.
It is.
Like it's a fun, especially as the lights go, the sun goes down, the lights come on.
It's special, yeah.
It's a great spot. I haven't been there enough. The plan is for a few of us to maybe try to get there for the Friday, because I know one of our listeners, Dave in Section T, he's there, and the Cordy clan, they tailgate.
Yep, they're right in front of us all the time, actually.
They're tailgating, so we'll have to maybe go check that out.
Yeah, expectations, though, just they had so this is year 2 under their new coach.
Yes.
Only had 1 win last year, and it was, I think everyone was just trying to figure out what this new program looks like. Chris Morse was there for so long. But there is no real reason for Alberta not to be an above average football program. When you look at the other teams in Canada West football, and you look at the resources the U of A has, they should be one of the top. I think the standard is still Saskatchewan, probably UBC. But there's no reason that the Golden Bears can't be behind them. So, arrows up. It should be a really fun year.
Now that's Bone, right? Stevenson.
Bone, right?
Stevenson Bone as the head coach.
Year 2 for him. So long time. He was an offensive coordinator in Canada West for years. And I think he's just getting more comfortable with it. So arrows up. It's going to be a really, really fun season.
Right. So 1 win, and how many games did they play throughout the season?
8. So just 1-7, which not what you want.
Yeah, especially with
And the year
Bears,
prior, was it 2 years prior? They had the big year where they went to the Hardy Cup.
2 prior.
2 prior to that?
Yeah. And then the last year with Morris was kind of underwhelming. And
right. Well, and the injuries, I know some injuries happened in that one. So the program, there was a lot of buzz around it just a few years ago. So hopefully, if they could get off to a nice win against Regina.
Yeah, it'd be a
set things off nicely.
Perfect way to start.
Get things going, and then the US gets going, I think, same weekend too. No, it's this weekend.
Yeah. It's week 0, man.
It's UNC Bill Belichick's out there.
0.
I think they're out in Europe.
Really? Oh, because they had
I think this is the Ireland game.
Yeah. Ireland or Scotland. They're somewhere very European to start off the season.
Which I'm sure Bill is just thrilled about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure Bill is so excited about heading off over there.
Starting a season. Zach, have you ever gotten into U.S. college football?
No, I haven't. Okay. I viewed a few games here and there. I'm still trying to become more of a football fan. Like the CFL has really helped me do that. And then following storylines like NFL fantasy to CFL fantasy. Just had my NFL fantasy draft yesterday too.
Good for you.
But my friends are so deep into college football, especially one of my friends. And I'm just like, I don't know. He talks it up so high. He says it's his favorite style of football. As with you, Matthew, I think you could say
I like it more than the NFL.
Yeah,
NFL
more
right
than
now.
the NFL. Maybe CFL
my love of the
would be-
NFL has slipped over the last few years. I don't know. It's almost too big of a spectacle. There's more other things than
I know
football.
exactly what you're saying about it. I find most people, and I might be wrong, but I find if you seriously watch the NFL and the NCAA, most people who watch it seriously, I do think prefer the NCAA. For reasons probably different than you, my NFL team has just been awful for the last 15 years. So that's really had me taking a step back for the NFL. I think the
Jets
product,
fan, right?
Yeah, I am, unfortunately. But I think the last couple of years, the NFL product hasn't been that spectacular.
Hasn't produced as much as on college. More often than not, it's producing. When like big games, like there's so many games. Naturally, there's many duds in the NCAA. We know that.
Of course.
Bama's going to take on Citadel and dominate them. We know that. Yeah. But when the big games and the big teams meet, generally you're in for a fun game.
Yeah, and just the storylines heading up, like trying to get into more football, like follow the LSU storyline. Their new head coach, Lane Kiffin, he is, how would you describe Lane Kiffin? To someone, if an alien just landed right now,
That's a really good question.
Like, how would you explain the last 20 years of Lane Kiffin to an alien?
Because I've heard the name.
Yeah,
Lane Kiffin.
He was the youngest NFL head coach for a stretch.
He was he USC OC?
OC.
Yeah, he was but first,
and
then he became the head coach of the Raiders.
But then he jumped to Tennessee, or is that?
Yeah, no, because then Al Davis fired him using the projector.
What?
Al Davis the owner at the time brought in one of those old school projectors and explained why he was firing Lane Kiffin because he was only there for 2 years. Yeah. Jumped to Tennessee for a year, I think. I don't know if it was more than a year.
It couldn't jump back to USC.
Then he took the USC job. Yeah. Tennessee was pissed because he bailed on them after 1 year. Yeah. Took the USC job, was terrible there, lost that job.
Did the quick stints, the Saban rehab. He was an offensive analyst.
There. Then I think he went to University of South Florida.
Or the Florida International, the Owls.
FAU.
Yeah, FAU.
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
He was at FAU.
And then Ole Miss.
Yeah. And then bailed on Ole Miss as they were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
To go to LSU. So it's like as he leaves too, it's he doesn't leave normally. It's not like always sometimes he gets fired and that's one thing. But when he leaves the other ones, it's in like the most ridiculous, awful way. Like it's you ask for loyalty of these players and you show them none back.
Yeah.
I don't know the best way to fully word who Lane Kiffin is.
For storylines then, Lane is playing his old team on the road in week 3. And that
4 weeks from now, we're in week 0.
Yeah, week 0. So I think it's end of September.
Week 0 is fun because they don't like calling it week 0 anymore or anything. It's week 1 that goes over 2 weekends. Yeah. It's week 0.
It's
just call it week 0.
They want to start early, but that LSU Ole Miss game, I think it's already confirmed it's going to be a night game. Game day is going to be there. Like Ole Miss LSU might be the biggest spectacle of like the end of 2026. Like that is circled on my calendar. I think LSU is going to win just because they're a better program, I think, than Ole Miss right now. But the drama, the tension, the way Lane left, it's going to be.
And then his school, like Ole Miss, still produced without him. They still won at least one playoff game.
Yeah.
Was it 2 maybe? Or they had the bye maybe.
But like I
can't remember.
It is
bananas.
We nailed the Lane Kiffin thing.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome.
OC to Raiders, Tennessee 1 year, USC, Alabama OC QB coach, Florida Atlantic, Ole Miss, then to LSU. And we nailed it.
I think the straw that broke the camel's back with the Raiders, I think he tried like a 75-yard field goal attempt.
Sebastian Janikowski.
It was at like the end of a half. Okay. So like he wasn't just giving the ball.
How long ago was this?
This would have been like mid 2000s. So like 2004, 2005. Crazy. And I'm pretty sure Al Davis fired him the very next day.
Well, you can't pull that. Come on. Like even like a 65, that might have been a sit down, but like 75.
No, it was like a ridiculous attempt.
That's a moonshot.
And then to Matt's point with the projector.
Yeah.
Al basically just said like, he's going to do this again elsewhere. So like get him out of this building. Lane is a lunatic.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's kind of proved he is a lunatic.
But he's still... I wouldn't say...
At the time, we all had love for Lane. Like, there was a respect because Al Davis was insane.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, you're firing this young coach because you're insane. And then we've learned Lane Kiffin's also insane.
Yeah. Well, it takes someone to know, right? You know, if you're insane, you're going to know somebody else. Yeah, exactly. Like, is he well respected then? Because he's been in and coaching a lot of big name schools. So he still has that
That's a good question.
pull, right? Like to go to LSU now.
I don't know if that's respect as much as
just understanding that he's a good
guy
coach.
knows football.
Okay.
The guy's dad was a legend too. Monty was a defensive coordinator for a long time.
He must interview incredibly well. Hey, Lane, like if you get him in a room, he must be
a good recruit.
Yeah, like an unbelievable recruit. Could sell you this. He could sell a snow to someone here in Edmonton. Like that's how good of a salesman he is. And it's about recruiting as well too. So he's really good at. I think that's something that Nick Saban did very well. is Nick could talk to the kid from Alabama who grew up on a dirt road in a population of 25, or he could talk to the 5-star recruit from this suburban area and was fine, right? Like Nick could talk to whoever he wanted to.
Yeah, the Hurricanes head coach, Mary Cristobal, he's been well known for being an unbelievable recruiter.
Yeah.
Like when he was with Bama, he was one of Nick's big recruiters for him. He's in Miami now, and he did it with Oregon a little bit. They're always right up there for recruiting people. He knows how to recruit. Yeah. And that is a huge part of college football. Even, and it depends. And I guess you still have to recruit NIL with NIL money.
Absolutely,
like you still got to convince that player to want to be there, and so that is a major part of college.
Yeah, I like that kind of approach of it because there is such a finite amount of time that there is for a player's career in college football.
Yeah.
But now the big thing is it's like they can really transfer to any team that they want.
They can go wherever they want.
Right? There's 2 portals a year.
I have no idea anymore.
I
honestly don't know.
It's so blurred. Like. Smudged out a little bit, but even to the recruiting process of it kind of does fascinate me because somebody can come out of the woodwork at any point, I guess, in any sport. But with college football, I feel like it's more important, the recruits, than some of the other sports, right?
Definitely probably situations where a recruiter's leaving a house and another recruiter's walking in right after.
Oh yeah.
So there's some fun weekends.
Wasn't that a Moneyball scene? I'm trying to remember what movie that was.
Blindside, you're probably thinking.
Is that Blindside?
Blindside had dealt with, and a lot of coaches went back and filmed their scenes for that. Nick Saban's in Blindside.
Really?
Did you ever never seen Blindside?
I actually haven't seen that one.
You've never seen Blindside? Interesting.
I've heard it's...
There's a lot of football I haven't seen.
Now that there are more stories about that whole thing, it might not be worth watching.
Yeah, it's kind of gone.
But they had a bunch of the coaches come in, like Nick Saban was in it, and a bunch of those coaches were there to recruit him and all that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Saban not come out looking great after that? Like, didn't he leave? Didn't he recruit Michael Orr and then leave right after? Or like relatively soon? He's like, trust me, young man, I'm not leaving, and then he bolted.
No, he didn't. Well, because Michael Orr didn't go to LSU.
No, okay.
No, because he ultimately went to Ole Miss.
Okay.
Was it Ole Miss or Tennessee? Can't remember. The family's at Tennessee, and he went to Ole Miss. Yeah, I think that's how it went. But yeah, I'll have to go back and rewatch. I don't think so. But was he? Yeah, he would have. He definitely had his LSU kid on. I'm assuming at the time. Maybe he didn't. I haven't seen that movie now in a long time.
Yeah.
By the way, at the news conference, Davis called Kiffin a flat-out liar and was guilty of bringing disgrace to the organization.
There you go.
Jeez.
That was on at his televised news conference where he fired Lane Kiffin.
I'm gonna put that on the projector.
So imagine what he said behind closed doors. Too.
Yeah. That's public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Lane Kiffin has been a character for a long time. And yeah, so to close the point, the LSU Tigers, if you're looking for a story to kind of follow this year, follow the LSU Tigers.
Okay, that'll be one that I have on my radar for sure. I do like the storylines though, like even in the NFL. I said, I guess for a couple of years, like I was a Seahawks supporter. They won. I didn't really care that they won. I had no emotion that they won. It was kind of cool to see Reed happy that they won because he likes the Seahawks. But other than that, I just like following the team. So in college football, it's just certain storylines like that would probably, get me up to watch college football games in week
absolutely.
0.
It's awesome.
You get the rivalries.
Yep.
You get the traditions. Enter Sandman for Virginia Tech, where they sing that as they come in. Iowa Hawkeyes have the waving to the Children's Hospital, which is one of the most wholesome things you'll ever see in sports.
Jump around is it Wisconsin or Nebraska?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin does jump around.
There's all sorts of different ones. And they just have these bigger stadiums too. And I don't know, there's college, there's just something that is absolutely wonderful still about it, even though all that money is still there. It kind of gets separated once you start playing the football games. And it's the World Juniors in a sense.
Totally.
Mistakes are going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no game that's locked in, and you could blow this. A team could be driving, late kick you need. There's no guarantee that kicker's necessarily going to make it, and there's still further kicks. Or no, they're close on extra points. Sorry, they're still close, but they still miss those. They still miss extra points, which is awesome.
You sometimes forget they're still 19 years old. Sometimes, and you can really see. There's a famous video that goes around sometimes where you see a backup quarterback's hands like actually shaking before he's about to take the snap. I think he got called in late for an injury, and you forget they are still children sometimes. So
playing in front of
60,000 people. Yeah, practice is one thing with your teammates and your buddies, and you just kind of it's not serious, but when you get in game,
Yeah. It's,
And then
it might
when
be
you see
a snap
bonkers.
the
and then when
entire
you see
season.
the upsets, they are awesome.
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
there? I think no, I forget which team it is. I mean, there's probably a handful of upsets last year, but during
Vanderbilt
the
was the big one.
playoffs,
Oh, yeah. Bandy, yeah.
They
Yeah.
took the goalpost and threw them in the river.
yeah.
took
Yeah,
the
like actually, yeah.
goalpost and threw it in the river.
Yeah, they took down their goalpost and threw it in the river. Because
What was it? Was it a doink? What what
No, they
happened?
won.
What did
They stormed the field.
they won the game, so
yeah.
the fans stormed the field to celebrate because that's what they do. And then they all usually take down the goalposts for again whatever reason.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then a
why
couple of
not?
them
Yeah.
took part of it and threw it in the river.
Yeah, if you're at home and you're a lower ranked team and beat a higher ranked team, 9 times out of 10 the fans storm the field.
Yeah, something crazy happens after.
I got to storm
like
the
that.
field once at a Washington Huskies game.
Wow.
I was rooting for Michigan,
Okay.
but the Huskies beat Michigan the year after the national championship. And yeah, we
Yeah.
got to storm the field.
Oh, you went on and
I
on?
did, yeah.
That's
People were
awesome.
nice. They were in a good mood. So it's funny. I jumped the barrier and I said to myself, the first person I see when I look up is Farhan Lalji from TSN. It's like, not expecting seeing you. I dapped him up, got some photos on the field. Yeah, it was really cool. It was cool. Everyone was pretty nice to me, which was nice.
That'd be a lot of fun to storm
was.
the field.
It was fun. And you like security are helping people down as well too. And they're really good at getting people off the field too. Like you can tell they have a system.
Because you need that. We've seen in college basketball more so where there is no system.
Yeah.
And we've seen issues. We've
Yes.
seen players get bumped. We've seen people get run over.
Yep.
And we might see the end of storming of the court
Yes.
in the NCAA if this doesn't get fixed.
Yeah.
Glad it's not that way in college football.
Yeah, no, that's at least in University of Washington, they just kind of always are pushing you down and they just kind of clear the field. And then eventually you realize there's security standing at the 30-yard line and you're not getting past them. So it's organized chaos, but it's fun.
Right.
Yeah, they always have the sheriffs by the head coaches, so the game ends and the sheriffs are running to go see each other, or the coaches and the sheriffs are right with them jogging, and they find each other. I'm now getting excited about college football.
I can't wait for
The whole
Saturdays, man.
spectacle, and it's the one time I actually really do enjoy Pat McAfee. I think he does a pretty good job on game day. I do enjoy college game day.
I agree. I think McAfee is fine in certain doses. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. I guess people like him, but the fact that he's everywhere on ESPN now, it's good on game day. When he was a part of WWE, I thought he was good behind the
Yeah.
mic, but I haven't really watched a ton of his show lately. I just kind of see the clips. I haven't listened to his album yet. I probably won't be listening to that album anytime soon.
yeah, that was like last week, right?
But when he is not the conductor, he's really good. And I think he works well with Saban. That whole like game day is an awesome crew.
It's a great contrast there.
It is.
And Saban clearly has fun with it. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't take it too seriously. Like in the sense that if he was a coach, he'll smile, but he still is coach.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee has fun. Like last year, they were at the Hurricanes for game day, and he ran all the way to their pool, which was just across the way, and he dove into the pool.
Yeah.
Like he went up the tower and dove in. Like this is ridiculous. Like, but he has those fun which you need for college game day, especially with Lee Corso gone. Although I heard summer rumbling, maybe he's doing the helmet stuff.
Oh, really?
Which I hope he
Okay.
doesn't, because that was Lee Corso's thing.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
You got to come up with something different then for that. But then they do their picks. They always bring the celebrity on to do the picks. Timothy Chalamet a couple years ago
like,
was
nailed
like
it, yeah.
a beast with that one with
Yeah, that was
stats
sick.
and
I remember that
laying
one.
down all
Yeah.
this info. And then the kick is fun.
It's really fun.
The kicks, yeah. What is it? What does he call the kick?
I think it's like
kick
just
of
kick
whatever?
for, is it $10,000 of his own money, quote unquote?
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was like $100,000 or something. You
What is the
line
kick
it up
called?
at the
Things
And
like
he
that.
always like
30-yard
gives
field
like
goal?
adds more money and
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing those. Like they do a very good job
Yeah.
because I mean you can't get away from it.
No.
Right? Even if you're not following, I don't follow any of McAfee's programming, but you'll see a clip probably once a day or what,
No.
during football season
Yeah.
for sure.
the Pat
And he gets all
McAfee field
kinds of
goal
guests.
challenge, 33-yard field goal.
33.
Jackpots have ranged from 500 up to 1.5 million,
cow.
splitting winnings between the student and local and national charities.
Yeah. It's smart for McAfee to do those things.
The
and
only
it's
thing I
good
wish
clips.
they cut away from that, like just donate to charity, keep doing that. But the people that come in and be like, well, this person's going to kick for me.
Oh, yeah.
You're the one you go for it.
exactly.
That's
Just
on
kick.
you. Don't
Yeah.
because now these kids are finding the way to like kind of rig the system and
Yep.
they're just finding the soccer player or something like you come do this and then it's drilled and it's like, no, I want to see some chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody flub one. Yeah.
We all think field goals are easy, but they're not.
No.
I do think I
One
could
of
come
them goes
close on a 20-yarder.
Yeah.
33 maybe.
Like, could you kick a college PAT, like PAT?
That'd be 37. No, college is
They're
they're at the 3, so that'd be like a 20. Is that a 22?
310. About, yeah,
'Cause what
20,
they line up-
22, yeah.
At 15, 7 yards behind, or how does that
No,
work?
college is a lot closer. They go from the 3 for the. So, yeah, it would be about a 20-yard field goal.
College extra
Okay.
point distance.
I'm trying to, imagine. I think I could
It's 20 yards.
do
Dead on.
25.
I could do 20. Now, could I do 20 with a crowd and in the middle of a game? No. You let me think about it and then kick and not have to rush it. Maybe, probably not.
Right.
But I think I could do 20.
I think if you were like, are you able to prepare, or like right now, could you say if we went in the parking lot?
I think give me 5 attempts and I'll do it in the parking lot right now.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I think if you give me an afternoon, I could do a 33-yarder.
Have you guys ever
Again, without pressure of like,
Yeah.
if all of a sudden there was $500,000 on the line, I ain't kicking that.
Right.
Like,
you
I'm
guys ever
screwing that.
thought about doing an EST combine?
Yes.
We have.
Okay.
Yes.
It would be lovely.
Jay has brought that up about working with the Elks or like the U of A or something
Yeah.
and having us go do a bunch of things and
Yeah.
seeing how we do.
That'd be really fun. Well, maybe fun's not the right word. It'd be interesting.
It'd be entertaining in various different ways.
Yeah.
Trying to see, I don't know, see you kick a 33-yard field goal or, I don't know, 40-yard dash from somebody. I don't know what kind of parameters it would be. Probably,
Oh, you have to.
you need a few
You have
of
to do
each.
the vert, the jump and
Right.
whack.
I got Trev on that one, the vertical.
Oh yeah, think so?
Definitely.
They do adjust it to your height, so not everyone's jumping the exact same. You do know that.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
No, I'd go for Trev. He'd have the highest vertical.
Oh,
Really?
you're pick. I thought you
He'd
said
have the
you would
highest.
beat Trev.
Oh, okay.
No, not a chance.
Why would you say Trev?
He looks like he can jump pretty high. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen Trev stand up. I always see him behind. Is he tall? Does he have height on him?
He's about what, 5'10"?
Yeah, I feel like he's shorter than me,
Okay.
and I'm only 5'11".
I've only seen Dustin jump once, and he tore his ACL jumping.
That's why I didn't say Dustin. Yeah.
Yeah.
That video, I tried to find it again. At one point I
there.
went down the rabbit hole on the TSN 1260 or Team 1260 YouTube channel, and I would see the post shows like Will Frazier and Dustin Nielsen and all the guys.
Yeah.
And I think you might be starting a couple of them as well.
I think it was in the background of a few. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who's recording those the full time.
Who
but-
would have been recording?
Yeah.
I have the GIF of Dustin
Greg?
dunking still on my phone that I'll send from time to time.
It's the
need to
1.7
keep that.
thousand views. You just have to look up 2014 TSN dunk contest.
Wow.
And it's there. In
Oh,
our
that's
old
fun.
building with all those astral colors, the weird walls. Ryan,
it's like
Lucas,
green.
Eric, Euchre in that.
Kent Simpson.
Is Simmer in this?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah, there he is. We've got scores by round. Dusty was 9.0 after the first round. Uke 8.5. Simpson 8.5. Eric 8.0. Lucas 8.0. And Rymai got a DQ
Oh,
because he
what?
didn't get one. Well, he didn't make it. He had his multiple attempts.
That's
and
right.
then at some point, we have Dusty go and, he
If you haven't seen the
tears the
video,
ACL.
he jumps, and then I think Yukon's the first person run up
Yes.
and opens the door and goes, "Oh, he's hurt. He's actually hurt."
Yeah, he starts laughing.
Hey, just quick note on the dunk contest. I was in first after that first round.
It was for
I was in first.
You were
I was in
first.
An injury took me out. I was in first.
This here's that's Rymai's dunk. Oh, this is Eric. You can't see it.
Oh,
Yeah, you spun him in a
Unbelievable.
chair.
What a time.
And then he runs into the wall and he dunks it. And then we're going to get to the Dusty one here. I think you're next.
This race gave me like a 9.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
He's hurt. He gets a 9. Dusty's in the lead. You got a 9, big man. You got a 9. He's actually hurt. He's actually hurt. I told you.
I did hurt.
it looked like it did.
Simpler
Is there a
times.
replay on that, like a slow mo?
Oh, I think there is. He's
Whoever
done.
edited this did a great job.
Yeah, I think it would have been Greg.
Yeah, I think you're right. We had
Yeah,
no
there's
fun
the
at
slow-mo.
the building, hey?
The slow mo.
Yeah,
replay.
and you could just see his leg go out from under him. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
fun time.
Oh, the
We've never
wobble.
done the slam dunk contest here yet. We've discussed it, but
The insurance policy says no.
Yeah, or Dusty. We'll have to do it when Dusty's not here. He'll be mad that we're maybe doing it with him not here. But I think Lucas is the defending champ still. I think he was the winner.
Sneaky athletic.
So he's got that. So
The walls in that building were just ugly, though.
so
and
Astral
yellow.
changed their logos, and they decided to paint all the walls inside of our building a color connected with the Astral logo. And we actually hired someone who came in and handpicked which color on which wall. They went, looked, and put the G for green and blue, and they looked at everyone like, hey, this one here, this one here. There was one wall that wasn't painted because I remember the pencil mark was still there. It was just like behind a pillar or something. But yeah, we actually hired someone to come in to handpick each one, and we lived in a circus for a number of years.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I was in that building, it was changed over. It was long gone. It was just gray.
The industry has changed, whereas 15 years ago, they hired someone to pick the paint color. Someone was contracted to probably a large sum of money to go do that. So times have certainly changed.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh my gosh. Astral is what company? Like just
it was a media company. It was a
okay.
media company that had radio stations.
And a couple of TVs too, right?
They had a couple TV stations, and then Bell bought them out.
Oh, okay. That's
so
why
then we were an Astral company that got bought out by Bell, and that's why we became TSN. And then it's still, you'll still see they are billboards. And it's still owned. That's still owned by Bell, I believe, but it's called Astral Out of Home. So if you're driving around, and you see Astral on a billboard. That's the same. That was the same. That's actually the logo that Astral was. They still use that logo, I believe. The colorful logo that led to the beautiful office walls of our building back in the day. Glorious times. We had great people. We overcame those walls.
Somehow we found a way.
There's only the engineering room was turned into a jock lounge and stuff.
I remember seeing some photos of that.
And that was the only room that got painted weird. It was like a teal color. Everything else was the light blue, kind of like more for Bell.
Yeah.
But then that was a teal color, so we called it the talent tank.
I like that.
Because we're just loaded with talent, all of us.
Right.
We're full talent, so it was the talent tank
Exactly.
and all of that.
With the blue.
With the blue. This is the Hangout. It is brought to you by Sentinel Storage. Portions of this hour brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at highproductmarketing.com. We will get to the CFL as well. Soccer season's back going.
You
Footy
bet.
season is going.
You had a tough start to that season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got mauled by the Tigers.
Mauled by the Liam Miller and the Tigers. That wasn't a great. I didn't watch it. Woke up, found a way to watch it without knowing the score. It was 1-0. I was like, okay, this is annoying. And then it was 2-0. I was like, I'm looking up the score. Ended 2-0. Like, not watching this. I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Good thing I had the rest of the Saturday to make me look past. Who's Leeds got?
They beat Forest on.
They won.
They won, yeah. They got their first one on the road, Forest, and then they're home to Brentford this weekend. Do you have a new manager in Man U?
Michael Carrick was the interim. He took over for Amorin last year, and he did well enough that he sticks around. But there's a cause of concern because he only had to manage Premier League matches last year. They were already out of FA. There was no Carabao Cup, and there was no European football. So can he handle the bigger workload?
That stuff?
That we don't know. They're getting a big signing today, and we'll see. But yeah, very, very tough start.
Interesting because I think 9 out of 20 clubs have new managers this year. Like
it's a lot.
Yeah, there was a huge turnover in the
One
Premier
that
League.
probably doesn't count. I'd have to look. I don't know if that counts De Zerbi with Tottenham, who took over for the last couple of games last year, or Carrick, who took over halfway of last year.
Yeah.
If you go year to year, probably it might be 11 clubs.
Wow,
11 out of the 20, in a way, have brand new managers. Who are they? The NFL?
Well, you're doing everything to prevent getting relegated, right? So I understand why Tottenham did that, but when you think about how quickly some of these clubs will blow teams out, it's wild. So yes, it is fun to have the Premier League back. I don't think I'm a new Prem. I've been around for 5 or 6 years now following that league. It's been a lot of fun.
I don't know. It's enjoyable. There's also something about finding some soccer game to throw it on during work. Just during the afternoon. It's lovely. I enjoy it. Pat Ketty from the Burrows is supposed to be on Thursday. He was supposed to be picking a soccer team. We'll see if he actually did that. And that's a team that he's going to go follow. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I got to still get back into Italian football. That's the one I want to get into. Is watching some Italian football. So,
did he say specifically in the Premier League? Or just a soccer team?
He wanted to find a soccer team that's up and coming, but not at the top yet. He doesn't want to jump on a bandwagon of anyone. So he wants to find someone. And I said, well, does that include just Premier League or is that Championship? And he was looking, I think it's most likely going to be a Premier League team.
That's fair. Like I watched Leeds was in the Championship for 2 years. While I prefer being up at the top, Champo's kind of fun, man. Like it is kind of like that college football, World Junior, how teams are going to make mistakes. In the Premier League, I sometimes find teams are okay to play to a 0-0 draw.
Yes.
Whereas in the Champo, like, you'll sell out trying to get wins. Yeah. So you will you'll be a little loosey-goosey defensively if it means you can maybe try to score. So yeah, you'll get some 3-2 games down in the Champo. It's chaotic, but it can be a lot of fun.
Well, there's their opening match a couple of weeks ago. I was watching. It was Wrexham and Cardiff. And Cardiff with the 98th minute equalizer, which was just an amazing goal. It's so much fun. Like that one is chaos.
Yeah, it is.
It is just complete chaos of you're fighting to get that promotion and everything about it. And I think there's more and more people following that one because of Wrexham.
Yeah,
which is great though.
It is.
And RBC's on the back of the Wrexham jersey.
Are they?
Yes.
Holy cow.
There's a deal now with them and his RBC. And I saw an ad or an article that said Ryan Reynolds was like, oh, this is just a nice little homecoming. And I was like, no, you're just happy that there's money.
Yeah.
Like you don't care that it's Canadian. Somebody paid the price that Wrexham wants and you're just happy to have that.
Yep.
Right? Well, no, it doesn't really help actually if it was Canadian or not.
No.
If he got the money, he probably would have been like,
check still cash, baby. It doesn't matter where those banks are coming from.
Eric and I still want to get Edmonton Sports Talk sponsoring some sort of jersey.
That would be awesome.
Because
just some random.
Well, there's a Newfoundland Tourism was sponsoring some club out in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get Edmonton Sports on like a 5th division, like
It'd be really
Norwegian jersey or something.
Become the official fan club of that? Yes, that'd be awesome. Put a patch on either the sleeve or right up front.
I was actually looking at one locally too. That maybe.
Oh,
I might have to go spend on next year a little bit just for the. Hey, look at this. We did this.
It makes me think though, like for how many sponsors some of those teams have, not a single spot on the jersey is free. Some teams where it's like the entire jersey has sponsorship all over it. It's just patches, and
For soccer.
For soccer perhaps.
No,
I don't know. I've seen that for I guess hockey as well.
Okay,
like different divisions.
Basketball has it too now, right?
True enough.
The CEBL, every team has I think multiple sponsors on the front and the back. Like,
like to see if you got like a little pin sized. Well, I guess you can see it on the broadcast, but I wonder what the cheapest sponsorship opportunity for one of those sports jerseys would be.
Surprising it took this long for jersey sponsors to come to North America. Like we held out a long time.
And fans hate it.
Oh, yeah.
And they fought against it. The good thing is, at least for hockey and NBA jerseys, you could buy the jerseys generally without the ads.
Yeah.
You can't do that in soccer.
No.
Like, it's on there. That's part of it.
You're walking around. It always cracks you up when you'll see a kid wearing like a Juventus kit with Jeep on the front or something like that. Like, okay, you
know the era.
Yeah,
that's the great
right.
part.
Yeah.
You know the era of just the sponsor to a degree.
Yeah, you're a little kid walking around as a billboard for Strongbow or Jeep or something like that. It is very funny. I have seen a couple people buy the game-worn hockey jerseys with the patch. And listen, people can do whatever they want, but do we really need the jersey? Like, you're not on the team, buddy. Do you really need that patch on the front? Then do whatever you want.
Right.
But
they want it so authentic.
Yeah.
Or that's where you get it. I think the knockoffs do that a lot.
Yeah.
Do they not?
Yeah.
Where they don't have the patch?
They put it on.
No, they do. Yeah.
No, they put it on. Somebody around here offered to Eric and I, like, there's some knockoff for soccer ones. And I was just like, it is one of those, I'm a purist.
I'm the same.
I know you are.
It feels a little odd knowing when you wear it. Like you feel like you're being a cheat, I guess, when you're wearing the cheap jersey.
It's not the right one. Like I don't need a jersey where risk where something's just not as it should be.
Yeah.
Although, like there's one jersey I never got for Canada Soccer that I regret, and I may have to go find it for a knockoff because I don't think I'm going to get it in any other way. Mm-hmm. It was the white pinstripe one, the checker, like red stripes.
I know that one, yeah.
They barely sold those anywhere. So I want one of those. I'm trying to find that still, but beyond that, it's like no, I'd rather hold off. Yeah, you could probably get 5 jerseys for the price of one, but I'd rather just buy one jersey once every number of years and get it proper.
It's the thing about eBay, man. It's a dangerous thing. Once you fall down that eBay wormhole and you click on something and then you get 10 emails saying, do you still want to buy this? It's can be a very dangerous proposition too.
I haven't bought something on eBay in so long.
I don't think I've ever bought anything off eBay.
No?
I've checked prices of like, I don't know, secondhand items to try and compare to see. I don't know if I put something on Marketplace to see if there's a similar price point for it to try and hit. Other than that, I've never tried to buy.
I'll use it for sometimes kits and jerseys and stuff. In the US, some baseball teams have incredible like bobblehead promotions.
Right.
I want some of those. Did you guys see the Chicago White Sox Pope hat they had a couple weeks ago?
No.
Oh,
So
seriously?
the Pope is from Chicago and
Yeah.
is a White Sox fan.
Yes.
So they had a Pope hat giveaway. I have a friend who's a big White Sox fan. I don't love him enough to spend $300 on a
Funko
Chicago
Pop or
White
whatever.
Sox. No, like an actual like
Oh,
Pope.
the bobblehead.
Pope. No, like an actual Pope.
No,
hat.
it's a hat.
Yeah, like it actually is what, like the
Okay, I
Pope
thought you meant
wears
like a
with the
Pope
White
hat.
Sox
Yeah.
logo.
That is awesome.
It is, but is it $300 awesome?
Is that how much it's going?
That's what kind of the average one was. And then
Yeah,
you,
USD.
and you
too.
kind of get dinged with tariffs too.
Just
coming
over
up, so-
40,000 Pope hats were scheduled to be distributed.
Yeah.
Oh my
That is
gosh.
outstanding.
It was one of the best giveaways I've seen.
They need to. Oh,
That
look at
doesn't
all
even
those
look
fans
real.
wearing it.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Oh, that's cool.
The fact
Well
that it was
done to
that
them.
successful, I'd be shocked if they don't actually market that next season. If they don't have that available for sale at their pro shop.
Yeah, or various.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or there's probably knockoffs floating around that ballpark right outside, right?
probably right now there
Probably.
is. Yeah, I like seeing though the promo, like refreshing even the Blue Jays kind of
Yeah.
their schedule, and they show
It's
like
awesome.
the certain promos that they have in bobblehead nights.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's one. I think it was the Cubs did a Hello Kitty night or something like that too. Like it just like weird stuff like that. But that is next level. That must be one of the best promotions out there.
Yeah, I've been to a couple ball games that have bobblehead nights, and you'll see guys walking around the concourse with garbage bags offering $20-$40 for your bobblehead because they want to flip it online right away. So
Oh,
I was at funny enough, a Chicago White Sox game a few years ago, and I saw a guy with 2 massive garbage bags walking out to his vehicle, and he probably put them all on eBay right away.
yeah. You buy them $20-$40, sell them $100.
Yep.
Yeah, for a
Pretty
lot
good
of people,
margins.
they wouldn't even think about putting it up on
Yeah,
on there. But
it's-
at the same time, also as many, it's just like it's not worth my time
I don't
to
want
do that.
I don't want to carry this box around. Sure, I'll take a $20 bill now.
Yeah,
So yeah,
well, that'd be
it's-
smart business.
there's some really cool promotions like Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Yankees have a Star Wars night every single year.
Do they?
Yeah, a Star Wars bobblehead. I have an Aaron Judge and CC Sabathia and like a Jedi cloak. They have a Garrett Cole one. Yeah, they're really, really fun.
So yeah, that's one of a kind where those matchups. You get a player that you love, and then you get the movie that you love too.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I love bobbleheads.
Lovely 2 out of 3 weekend for the Yankees.
Very nice. There's
I was not
slowly
expecting
coming
that.
together, slowly rolling back together.
They are. I just the Jays always seem to have their numbers
Yes,
the
they
last
do.
couple of years. So I'm always going into their series going, well, this is going to be a loss. So it was nice for the Yankees to get
It
that
is.
series win.
And like I know they got the news that Stanton's not coming back this year, but got Cody Bellinger back. I'm optimistic Judge is going to come back.
Isn't everything they've said that he's coming back?
Yeah,
It was just
I-
going to take a while.
Yeah. I think we can all agree as people who watch a lot of sports, the myth of flipping the switch has kind of been busted, right? You can't coast your way through a regular season and then flip the switch in the postseason, can you?
The Oilers did it a couple of years ago.
Did they win?
No. They got to the Cup final
Yeah,
though,
that's-
Game 6.
yeah,
Like
that's fair.
that's the closest I've seen
Yeah.
where they were looking awful, and they rolled through the first 3 rounds of the
Yeah,
playoffs.
that
largely.
is that's fair.
But that's more now the outlier than
Yeah.
flipping that switch.
Yankees are pitching so well right now, they just can't buy a hit. So that's a little concerning heading into the postseason. If they do get Judge back, it's really easy just to hold up 4 fingers and
Walk 'em.
yeah.
Oh, except I will say with his history in the playoffs, for some teams they might say, well, let's go at him.
Yeah.
Let's go at him. Let him, unless he beats us, then we could put up the 4 fingers.
Yep.
But let him go at us. I'm not an Aaron Boone guy though. Still, so
Yeah, the thing is though, if they were to move on from Aaron Boone, they're hiring Aaron Boone 2.0. They're hiring
Oh.
the exact.
I'm at the point though that Brian Cashman needs to go with Aaron Boone.
Yeah,
If they're gonna make a change now, it's got to be house.
my thing with Brian Cashman is he's been the GM for 30 years. He's had success, but at the same time, wouldn't you like to see what someone else is capable of doing with those resources?
Yes,
With that $300 million payroll.
you're the Yankees. let someone else have the key to this Ferrari.
Yeah, just to see what is capable, what can happen with it. Yeah, I've seen and heard enough of Brian Cashman that I could almost tell you verbatim what he's going to say when the season ends. He's going to tell you, well, our reigning MVP was injured for 2 months, and how many teams could survive without their best player? Like, he'll make up excuses.
He's
It'll be all the
59.
same.
So, like, he doesn't have, like, how long is he going to be the GM for anyways?
I think as long as he wants.
Right, but then, so it's like, it's not like you're going to miss out on, like, wow, this guy is going to go off and be unbelievable somewhere for the 20 more years. No, like,
Yeah.
let's go try someone else.
Yeah.
Just
well,
to
it's,
get-
at a certain point, though, like if you're with the team for that long, I don't know. Do you start to like stagnate? Like, I don't know, different ideas to be floated out.
I think it goes up to the very top with ownership as well too.
Okay.
I think Hal Steinbrenner is just very comfortable letting Brian Cashman do his thing. The Yankees still generate a ton of money,
Yes.
regardless of what
Ownership
happens.
standpoint,
in the
they're
postseason.
fine. Right.
Hal Steinbrenner owns this massive conglomerate that just happens to control the Yankees. So they're making money, but the on the field result, it's still funny. Everyone hates Yankees. I don't think nearly as much as Yankee fans hate the Yankees, if I'm being honest.
It's
Very frustrating.
the credit I will give Brian Cashman, though, is that, like, how many playoff appearances have they not made?
That's just it. They're
And-
over 500.
And yeah, somebody could say, well, they have all the resources. That's fine. But what were the Dodgers
Look at
for
the
a
Mets.
number of years? They had the resources. Look at the Mets. The Bo Sox go up and down, and they have all the resources. The Cubbies have resources. They're not always right at the top. A lot of organizations have all the resources.
Yep.
And the Yankees have been consistently good. Like, playoff team consistently year in and year out. It's very rare. Like, since 2000, how many missed playoffs do we think they have?
2008, 14, and 23?
It sounds right.
It's not a lot.
No. And they've been over 500 every single season since 1995.
Wow.
So
It's a long
Yeah, they-
Record
long
by
time.
year. Okay, here we go.
Well, you said 30 years
I
for
said
the
2000s.
GM?
cash, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
Oh, wait.
under his reign, right?
14.
13, 14.
13, 14.
They did it back-to-back years. They did it in 16
And then 23, right?
and then 23.
Yeah.
So that's 5 years since 2000, 5 seasons. They haven't made the playoffs. Like, it's... Come on. And how many times have they been below 500?
0.
Right? Like, that's the thing. Even in those years they missed the playoffs,
Yeah, I think
they
90.
ain't below
I think
500.
93 was their last 92 or 93 was their last year under 500. Jeez. So,
92.
yeah.
92.
Long
93
stretch
they
of
were there,
greatness.
but 92. 469, 76 win season. Like, they're just... So that's the beauty of...
And looking at this year, the American League isn't very good.
Nope.
So anyone could really kind of take the American League. And I think we kind of saw that at the trade deadline. Like, the fact that the Jays are still even in the conversation kind of shows you how weird this year in baseball is.
Yeah, it shows you that their deadline was a unique baseball deadline where there was like they sold but bought at the exact
a
same
hybrid,
time. It was a
quote
very good
unquote.
hybrid. They got hot at the right time.
Yep.
But at the same time, if it was any other year, it wouldn't have mattered because, well, are we still looking at a wild card where it's under 500?
So
Yeah.
is this like a comparable, I guess, being a hockey guy through and through? This would be like the comparable to what the Pacific Division was last year?
Yeah, that's
This
exactly
is a hill
okay.
fight. Because, Texas and Cleveland, they're holding those two wild card spots. They're below 500.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you see a wild card team that's in below 500 and the Jays are 1.5 back of that? If this was any other year, they wouldn't be there. Now, the thing that scares me about the Jays is if they make the playoffs, is that when they're going to get hot?
I know.
Is Vladdy going to start hitting home runs? And all of a sudden they're a hot
Yeah.
team and we have to deal with the Blue Jays.
Well, that's what
going
happened
through this
last year,
playoffs.
right? Like, he wasn't very great. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. didn't have a stellar season in the regular season last year, but then during the playoffs, he just
Yeah. It's
Completely
all
heated
about
up.
all about getting hot at the right time. Yeah.
I mean, that whole team was just
Yeah, I just want to know what's going on in
Crazy.
Detroit. They're 61 and 69, but they have a plus 73 run differential.
that's crazy.
Like, it's all red from Rangers down. It's all red except for the Tigers with this green plus 73. How are you blowing this with a plus 73 run differential?
in
Do
that
they just
division
blow out-
too. Like, in that division, the AL Central has always been one of the weaker divisions. It's been a fun season, and unfortunately, likely our last baseball till 2027 or no, 28.
What
maybe?
do you think? You think? Well, because who did we have last week? Steve Sandor was on. We were having this chat. It seems unlikely that there'll be the proper start to
That's
that season,
what I'll
right?
say. I think we'll get a World
Like,
Series.
do you?
But I don't think we're starting March. The season starts in late March now. I could see us getting rolling around May long weekend.
Do you?
If I'm trying to be optimistic.
The only thing for it just is so reminds me of 04-05 NHL.
Yeah.
Where the sticking point out right now is salary cap, no salary cap. And how do you bridge that?
Yeah.
And ultimately for the NHL, it was the players lost paycheck for an entire year, and then they finally came in like, hey, we're giving in to these owners.
Yeah.
MLB owners are worse than NHL owners in the sense of they're more than willing to shut those lights off and go, we ain't playing baseball this year. We're good. We will make money this way. We won't have to pay people. That's awesome.
Now, would you say that's every owner, or are there like a handful toward the bottom of the MLB that might be pulling for it? I guess if the top aren't.
It is a large. It's a very large issue in that there's teams that just simply don't spend money, but by not spending money, they make money.
Make it. Yeah, like isn't that the Rockies? Their whole
Yeah, and like
kind of thing. Yeah,
or whatever we call the Athletics now, right? For years, they don't spend money, but they cash those revenue sharing checks, and they're fine. They're fine to spend the bare minimum to cash checks later down the road. And listen, I'm never going to pretend to be an economist or understand those things, but if you buy a team looking to make money, that's the wrong reason to buy a team, right? You have to be okay with taking it in the teeth from time to time, and eventually will pay off.
Yeah.
But you can't just say, this is how I'm going to make all my money is running this team. It's a little tricky.
You should only have that team to make money once, and that's when you sell it.
Yeah.
It's the only time you should ever really make money.
And the prices of these teams keep going up and up and up. Lakers, $12.5 billion just for the team itself. That doesn't include the arena or anything. 12.5 beat just for the team. It's bonkers. And you see, like, could you imagine what the Yankees could get? If Hal Steinbrenner said, we're going to the open market, we'll give you the team, we'll give you the stadium, and we'll give you our TV deal.
All of that, yeah.
All of that.
Which is ownership of Yes Network and all of that.
Like, does that start at $20 billion? If the Lakers and just the team went for 12.5, and then you compare it to the Yankees, the stadium TV rights.
Well, what do the Cowboys go for?
That's-
because Cowboys are the most valuable North American franchise.
Yeah, like if Jerry put them on the market right now. Well, the Yankees just got $2.6 billion for what, 10%? Said that firm from the outside. So
Yeah, that would have an evaluation for it,
26.
yeah, so
Right?
it's
Do the math. Yeah,
when you think about
it's mind-boggling.
what Daryl Cates paid for the Oilers, like not a long time ago, it's pretty ridiculous.
How much did he buy the Oilers for then?
200?
Yeah, like
200 million US,
Million?
I believe.
I think his
Okay,
initial
yeah.
offer was like 120, and then just kept slowly going up.
Well,
Yeah.
because they're looking to expand now. Like Bill
Yeah,
Daly was talking about a $2 billion price point for a team potentially in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, Austin or Houston is going to get the first team, and then they're talking with Atlanta, Phoenix area to see who gets the second team.
let's go back to those markets. There's a history.
Right,
of
yeah, they
successful
were
hockey in those
100%.
markets.
Really well.
2029 is the projection for Atlanta or Austin, Houston. There was no word of when the other one would come in, except you have to do them at the same time.
But to that point though, so there's 32 teams in the NHL right now,
Yeah.
right? You expand to 33. Sure, you eventually want to get to an even number, 34, right?
6.
Yeah, but then going up to 36 because if you have
have to.
34, can't have 17 and 17.
Well, they want Atlanta, they want Phoenix.
Yeah.
They want Texas, one of those two, and then find out where that other location is, which could be possibly New Orleans. Maybe it's the other Texas. If you go to Austin, then you don't go to Houston or vice versa. It's not right. It's not. The NHL doesn't need this.
Is
from a talent
36
perspective.
teams? That's way too many teams.
Yes.
I would argue 32 teams is too many teams in the NHL right now. 36 is that's a lot. Your product is getting watered down if you're going to 36.
I don't think anyone wants this except it's easy money for the owners.
Yeah.
And they're just
Cash in,
looking
right?
for, give me the easy money. Awesome. We'll take this.
Yeah.
And for the PA, you don't get any of that money, but okay, well, I guess there's more jobs, which means, well, more people are going to overpay for certain players. I'm not looking forward to all that. I think from an Oilers fans perspective, you have to be worried about expansion drafts.
Yeah, multiple coming up, right?
Yes.
Like it's not just one, it's two, likely four in the next decade or so.
As the Oilers are building this, possibly if McDavid signs again and they build this team around them, well, some of those big pieces that they need are just going to get plucked away.
Yep.
Because you're going to have two teams for 29-30 or whatever it is, and boom, boom, those ones are gone. And then the next expansion's going to come, and then boom, a couple more players. And they're getting the same stuff as Vegas and Seattle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're paying $2 billion or whatever it is.
Right. Well, it's even if, I don't know, if two teams go to Texas, the tax there is quite low.
Yep.
You know, there's more options for players to earn more money
Yep.
in a warmer area of the continent.
And a
Why would you
place
not want to play there?
for sure, in a place where you can go live your life without getting mobbed at a grocery store. Like
True enough.
an NHL player in Austin, Texas, the quarterback of a high school team is more famous than the number one center of the potential Austin hockey team.
Right.
So it'd be a pretty decent spot to live.
Austin's supposed to be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful spot.
But so Austin, Phoenix, Atlanta, and then there hopefully, you said New Orleans? Was
New
the one
Orleans
that's
has been
kicking around?
discussed. It has been floated out there. The mayor of New Orleans said they talked with the NHL. Houston would be the other one, that if you go to Austin, maybe go to Houston or vice versa. I don't know where else you would go. Portland.
We've heard about the Roxy flu in Vancouver when guys go there and they suddenly miss the next practice because they're at the Roxy. Can you imagine the New Orleans flu?
Bourbon Street.
I guess there's Vegas right now, and that
Vegas is a big one.
Yeah, that's
Nashville
that.
too.
Jack
that's-
Eichel
that's
came
Nashville's
out
a
said,
big one.
like they love having home games because the people are in Vegas are
Yeah.
going to enjoy their time in Vegas. it's real. People.
I'm assuming those players are staying on the strip,
Ooh.
right?
And I know Vegas is more than the strip itself, but it's
But it's easy for a player to go get caught doing something. Like it's when you just leave your hotel room, take the elevator down, all of a sudden it's games and slot machines and all that. Like it's easy to all of a sudden.
yep.
And you have good amount of money coming in into your bank account every couple of weeks from your NHL salary. It might get you.
Not just the per diem, baby. When you get off the plane, they hand you an envelope of cash for your meals.
And then what? And then it's all of a sudden 2 a.m. and there's a game the next day.
Yeah.
I could see how easily it'd be for some of those players, and they get caught up with that.
Yeah.
But no, it's just wild to me that the NHL could be at 36 while the NFL's still at 32.
And the NFL's
and-
been at 32 for the majority of our, like Houston was the last
Houston was the last
expansion,
one,
right? And
which was
that's-
02 or something like that.
Yeah. Long time ago. And they seem fine with it.
They're looking at Europe,
Ugh.
which I still don't. I don't know how that. I'd like to see the logistics of what they're trying to accomplish out of Europe.
You know what? The flight from the East Coast to London isn't as long as we think. It's basically the same as LA to New York, right? Like it's 4 or 5 hours. But I think what is most appealing to the NFL about that is that early window on Sunday, right? That
So they could just dominate an entire day.
because it's what, a 7:30 kickoff here for those Europe games. So 9:30 East Coast. You can kind of control, again, you already have everyone's attention for 9 hours on Sunday. Why not make it 12?
But when when the Rams have to take on the Monarchs in London, or London has to come to LA, how's that work?
Yeah. Don't the Rams open in Australia this year too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, actually do. There is that. See, and I think that's the stuff maybe, and it is Dublin, by the way, for UNC
okay,
that they're
awesome.
playing. But that's just maybe the stuff with the NFL that's getting to me is that there's almost too much of it.
Yeah.
You're all day Sunday. You've got Monday. You have Thursday. You're now mixing in Fridays. You're playing in December's on Saturdays. We have a Wednesday opener this year.
You just steal Christmas from the NBA.
You just took Christmas from the NBA. Like and I stand by this. I think one day within the next couple of decades, at some point in our life, the NFL will be in a 7-day week.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yep.
They will just move to primetime games.
Yep.
They will be a primetime league. They know that they could do that.
So what? One game a day?
They'll have 3
couple
games on a
days,
Saturday. They'll do triple highlight on Saturday. There'll be 1 game per window. Maybe if they have London, then it'll be 4 windows.
Yep.
So 4 games. And you do a doubleheader Monday night. You could play 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday. They'll figure out the laws that stop them from playing on those days. They'll figure it out. They're the NFL. Money talks in the U.S. They'll get through that. And then if you're a team, the weeks will be, your week will actually be a week and a half because they'll rotate through these teams. Okay, you played on a Tuesday, you'll play Thursday, in 2 weeks or something or a week like that. I do truly believe that that's what we will see.
It was obviously during a strange time in the world, but we quickly forget that the NFL made a team play on Wednesday night without a quarterback during COVID.
They play Tuesday.
Yeah,
And that's the moment I realized they will go to every day of the week.
Yeah, they don't care. They
saw the numbers. They saw the TV numbers. And now, again, different time. There's nothing else going on.
Yeah.
But you telling me a Tuesday night football game, prime time, people aren't watching that now?
It doesn't matter. You could pick any two bad teams, quote unquote bad teams, and you will draw a number. Every year when the U.S. releases their TV ratings, like the highest, most watched television shows, like 90 out of 100 are always football games. And the remaining 10 are like the Oscars, like State of the Union address.
There's usually maybe mixed in a World Series game or an NBA Finals game.
Maybe a World Cup, something like that. But usually 90 out of 100 or a ridiculous percentage of that is NFL football.
Big Uke's thing, isn't there a game before Thanksgiving this year? Yeah, there is. Look at that. Wednesday, Packers Rams, the day before Thanksgiving. So they're going to play that weekend, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
So the only day that they are missing that weekend from Wednesday to the Monday is the Saturday football.
Their growth, it's when you look at it, when you look at how much the NFL has grown, let's just look at the last 10 years.
Sure.
It's grown a ton. Is it sustainable to keep growing at that rate?
I don't think it is,
Like,
but
if like what are their projections in 2036? Does that mean the average ticket's going to cost $3,000? Like the NFL, they're getting really close to pricing out a large percentage of their fans. So to keep up with the pace, that scale that they're growing,
ticket pricing wise, you're saying?
or just in general, like what is NFL going to look like in 10 years?
I could see them capping the ticket pricing at some point and being fine with that because they don't need that money.
Yeah, it's the TV money.
Yeah, they
TV
make
deal,
it
that one
somewhere
keeps
else,
going up. Are we getting to a point where, like the United States, all the other leagues are going to suffer?
Yeah.
And it's just going to be the NFL.
I think we kind of already are at that point. I'd mentioned to Matt before we're rolling, really good book by Chuck Klosterman called Football. And it's just about the history of football, where we're at right now. And this was a couple years ago, but he wrote, as I'm writing this, I just read this chapter last night, so it's fresh. But he's like, as I'm writing this, NBC pays $1.7 billion to the NFL to show one game per week. By the time you read this, someone will have paid more for that. And by the time someone else reads this in 5 years, someone else is going to pay more than that number.
Well, what are they not close to 11 bill in TV contracts alone?
Probably.
Per season?
Well, think about just what if NBC pays 1.7, we can just assume Prime is paying that.
Yeah.
We can assume Netflix is paying that as well. Probably even more because Netflix gets all the Christmas games in the States.
Oh yeah.
They're running out of.
And then that doesn't take
They
into
just keep
account the
expanding in
small
different-
amount of money, but there is money still spent from the Bell Medias of Canada to get rights here.
Yeah, bars,
going over to US or the UK and getting the contracts over there that just add.
Well, they just keep going to other places. That you go to Australia.
Yeah. It's roughly 10 bill per
show
year
there, yeah.
that the NFL is getting right now from all their major partnerships.
Yeah.
And they're
nice
looking to
amount.
somehow find a way to make it more and more and more and more. And then if you go to Europe, what are they trying to do that there? I want to say there has to be a cap at some point, but I also thought that with baseball contracts, and maybe now the cap's coming in that way. But I always like, how do you keep, like, are we going to see $1 billion contract one in the MLB? And we're getting, what Ohtani got 700?
750, I think it was.
So we're not far off from a bill at that point, and it's just, when is there a cap? Is there ever going to be a cap? Concert ticket pricing.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see that come down? I hope so one day.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. I always like asking sports fans this question. Zach, I'm curious what your answer is. What is the first contract you remember hearing about being signed that you're like, holy crap, that is a lot of money? Because it's different for every age. As you guys think, for me, remember when Kevin Brown signed $100 million with the Dodgers? I want to say like mid to late 90s. That was the one for me.
Yeah.
And then A-Rod was right after that with Texas.
A-Rod was a big one.
But for me, when Kevin Brown, that was the first time I saw $100 million contract. Now that is peanuts compared to what we've seen.
Yeah.
But do you have one that jumps out, Zach?
I think recent, like one Patrick Mahomes. I know
Yeah,
that was
that's-
recent, but like $450 million over 10 years, and then now he's even getting more.
And part of the team, right?
Just like the contract from that. I'm like, wow, he's that big of a superstar. He's making $500 million nearly, I guess, whatever, and other endorsements. But just to see that jump up, because it was such a big big thing too. Like
Yep.
it was talked about for so long, and it was quite the jump from the next highest paid player too. So just to set that and push the boundary even more, that was big for me. I guess hockey wise, like when McDavid signed 12 and a half, I don't know. Other than that though, I didn't really look at contracts
that's
too
fair, yeah,
much,
no,
but I was like
absolutely,
$12.5 million. Like
Well,
that's a lot.
There's a numbness that's come with all of this.
That's a good.
Yeah,
that's
the
a good way
numbers
to
don't
sum it
mean
up.
I think
anything anymore.
Beckham 50 mil with the Galaxy. I think it was 50 mil a season. It was just a big, massive sum of money for per season to come play soccer in North America was a big one.
And that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
There was also, I can't remember which pitcher it was. I remember there was though some 500 pitcher in baseball that was getting like 10 mil a season.
yeah, it might have been Kevin Brown.
This was like in the 2000s to maybe to the 2010s.
Okay.
And it was like, because it was more than hockey players were kind of getting.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is like, you could be just an average pitcher, below average pitcher, and you're getting double digits.
Yeah.
And the NHL, because partly it's their cap, no one's getting close to that. Like, there's just different money that the other leagues have that the NHL doesn't have.
Yeah, no, it's like I don't know, a second or third string running back, maybe like $6 to $8 million or however much, whatever team.
Yeah.
But I saw it, I was like, $8 million, like that's like nearly a star player in the NHL.
When the NHL brought in their salary cap 20 years ago, wasn't Chris Pronger making like $6 million?
Yeah, I want to say it was like
Yeah.
It was like 5 by 6, something like that, right?
5 by 6 this sounds about right. It was like, yeah.
And the cap was 45 million or something like that
So
when it first
small.
started.
So small.
So obviously the league's been doing very well in the last 20 years. But when you just think about what a Hall of Fame defenseman was making at the time, now what is your third pair defenseman making $5 million?
One, that's where I'm struggling sometimes when you hear contracts and you like hear like 4 million, like that's an overpayment. Then you look at like, actually, it isn't anymore because the cap is shot up so much these days, especially the last couple of years and where it's going. That you're like, oh, actually, 4 million is the new 1 million almost in a way.
Yeah.
And I got to rewire my brain to account for that.
Yeah.
Because like the NHL is also, if anything, I think the NHL's growth is maybe a little more unsustainable than the NFL because they'll get growth eventually from the expansions. That you're not going to just keep expanding.
No.
To keep your revenue going up. And I do wonder if the NHL is hitting a point in the US where it peaks too much. And especially if the NFL is starting to consume everything.
Yeah.
Who suffers?
It's the other
Like
sport.
if they have 2 Wednesday games this year now. Like that's like who suffers the most with the NFL growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And it starts, I think, with the NHL. Then it goes to the NBA.
I think it's leagues that play from October to January, right? That I love watching the NBA, but I think a lot of people agree NBA really doesn't kick in until Christmas. Like you can kind of coast, you can fall a little bit, but no one really gets dialed in until Christmas with basketball. And I think hockey might be that as well. I know Canada's a different story, right?
Sure.
I think it's
Yeah.
clearly the fact that the season's starting in September this year, I think is a little, takes some getting used to.
We're a month and 5 days away from this regular season
Yeah.
dropping with the puck drop. Like
That's
that
a
is
little
crazy
strange.
to me.
But I think, that's what we'll start to see things probably take a hit that we just can't do anything. Why are we even going to try to do anything when the NFL is consuming every single piece of oxygen? If we were to turn on an ESPN show right now, they're talking about the Cowboys Super Bowl chances probably right now.
Well, but that's also the big thing too. Is I would say in 20 years, ESPN down there would have had a mixed diet.
Yep.
There'd be a good conversation right now about baseball going on. Right
Absolutely,
now. There'd be a good conversation about college football. There'd be things. Nowadays, that is minor. Those get pushed aside. College football maybe
it's always
gets a
the
little
last
more.
story or whatever.
NFL, the NFL dominates. What's the story of the NFL?
Well,
NFL
today, it's
365.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it's NFL. I love that, at times, like Tony Kornheiser or Michael Wilbon mock the Cowboys discussions and how it's always, Stephen A is going to be talking about the Cowboys again or something like that. It dominates the cycle. It's all that matters now.
Yeah.
And
You even
that's-
mentioned it. It's going to be the headline. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's always going to be the top story of the day.
Yep.
Right.
I haven't opened social media or watched TV, but I would bet you First Take spent an hour on Ashton Genty's sprained
Yes.
ankle today, probably.
Yep. High
Then
ankle
figuring
sprain or
out who's going to be the Raiders' running back number one. The Raiders aren't a good team, but they're still going to take, an hour of the conversation today.
But
One of the worst teams.
when 20 years ago they would have started with maybe more baseball playoff races.
Yeah.
We're getting set to heat up. Let's take a look at what's going on across the board with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, we will get to the NFL. Yes, there's training camp. Yes, we'll get to Genty and all that.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, well, they'll be talking about baseball, but it'll be if it happened. Breaking news: Genty's now hurt. Every little detail they'll break in with that stuff, and they're just eating up all the oxygen. J Mill does text me.
It's always been like that though. For my sports viewing, it's always been just NFL
Blitz.
the king of everything. Yeah.
Jay says his first contract memory was Rocket Ishmael, 4 years, $18 million in the CFL.
And like
That's a back.
that was
4
in the
years,
80s.
18.
That was in the 80s, and like
That's big
Do
money.
you know the story of
I don't know the
Rocket?
full story of
He
Rocket Ishmael.
was good enough to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
But at the time, he made more money playing in the CFL, and he
Seriously?
played for the Argos that were owned by John Candy, Wayne Gretzky, and Bruce McNall.
Was
See,
the
I
LA
learned
Kings.
that only recently that those three own the team.
Yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
was there was a little bit of money thrown around back in the day by the CFL
Yeah.
because the NFL wasn't like. I don't know why. I'd love to go back and see when this all kind of changed for the NFL.
I know.
When
well,
did it just?
the name in
shoot
baseball
off?
is Curt Flood. He was the guy that was really responsible for free agency in baseball. And I think when that really kicked in, mid to late 70s, when free agency really kicked off, it feels like NFL maybe a decade later kicked into that in the 80s, late 80s.
But when did this popularity shoot up to this level? Like, what was the cause for this? In Canada, it was in the 10s. I feel like in the 2000s, I didn't know people playing Madden really.
Yeah.
The NFL wasn't massive around here. I didn't know a lot of people that followed it like at the same, like with my brother was, and we my cousin and I, but there wasn't everywhere you'd go that you could run into people and talk to NFL with, and now it's everyone knows NFL.
Was it social media that took a pull of it?
That's
Because
probably
everyone
huge.
does fantasy.
Yeah.
right.
That's a huge fantasy and social media.
Like that's the
I think,
biggest
was-
fantasy sport. Almost everyone and their grandmother
Because
is
it's the
in a
easiest one
football
to do
league.
too.
Yeah.
It's the least
Baseball,
time
hockey,
consuming.
and basketball you're committed. You got to be
are.
following. There's games all the time. NFL with it, except that would be the fascinating thing is how if they do my thing, which is go every day of the week, how do you handle fantasy at that?
Yeah.
point?
True, because you know the game. Okay, Thursday is going to be the first game. Of the
Well,
week, right?
but also there's a lot of waiver wires that happen on Wednesdays. Now they're
Yeah.
playing the game on Wednesdays. Are you ready to go for waiver wires with Wednesdays? But if you start playing on Tuesdays, there'll
I know,
be,
you gotta
fantasy
keep track of it.
ramifications that come from this, but people will still do it.
Well, for me, NFL, like they do have most money. The way that they do their social media, even for individual teams, like I look at the Buffalo Bills. People who aren't even football fans follow that account because it's just they're funny. Like
They're
they
good,
make it easy to consume, and then they have all of these other things. I don't know. There's shows on Netflix. I don't remember the quarterback or whatever. They followed then Aaron Rodgers. Like this is more recent stuff, but it's still adding that exposure. And you're even when the football season is on, you're still going to be talking about the NFL in this certain way
Totally.
too. So that would be a big one. I don't know. I even when I was started watching, it would be Tom Brady's like a huge story.
Yeah.
And was for years. Oh, is he going to make it to the Super Bowl again? Oh, he's probably going to win another Super Bowl this year. Like everyone wants to be watching that. The Super Bowl has always been a big thing.
Always.
It
But
has
from
been.
outside of that, just watching some random Monday night Raiders-Browns game.
But I also
When did that
remember there's a
start?
point where the Super Bowl wasn't as big as it is now.
Okay.
I'm
It
trying
still
to,
was big.
trying to pinpoint a moment, and who knows if I'm right, but was it the Giants-Patriots 2008 Super Bowl, the helmet catch? Because that provided an iconic
David Tyree.
moment. Everyone knew the story of the Patriots heading into that.
Perfect
That's also
season, all
an
that.
interesting time, too, because that's really when the concussion conversation started really to kick in, but we didn't forget about it, but that's not a part of the conversation anymore.
Oh, there's Guardian caps and all that. You see that?
But we don't really, there used to be a segment on Monday Night Countdown called Jacked Up, where they would just show guys get concussed for 5 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
As all the announcers would, it sounds like I'm discussing something from the 60s. You remember Jacked Up,
Oh,
right?
they would show one hit and that he just got jacked up, and then he'd go to the next one, and then here comes Ray Lewis, and he takes out Jerome Bettis, and Bettis just got jacked up, and then they go to the next one. And every 10, it's just you got jacked up. That's all it was.
Yeah, they don't do
It's
that.
great
They
for
don't
the
do
time.
that
That's
anymore.
lovely.
They don't do that anymore.
But that was also the time when we praised those hits. We we love those hits. Like you'd see them happen, you'd get out of your seat, you'd start cheering. Now we see those hits and we're like, oh my God, I hope this guy's not dead.
Yep. Well, every little it's not too much. It's hard to say that because it is a very important thing to look after your brain health.
Of course, yeah.
But how even just you rub your shoulder against somebody's head, it's like, okay, you're out for the next, I don't know,
go to the blue
4 or
tent,
5 plays.
right?
Yeah, you got to get the testing done, which is great to see. But for them, the exact opposite of being like, yeah, that was a great hit, and being like, whoa, actually, we gotta pull that back there.
Yeah,
because it still exists. Like there's still
course.
massive hits like that. But
now the yellow flag comes.
Yeah.
And back then there was no yellow flag. That was an amazing.
It was a clean hit.
It was.
That's how you play football.
I encourage everyone to pull up the NFL on CBS intro from like 1976. Like the welcome to the NFL. Every single play now is an ejection on that highlight reel.
probably a suspension too,
like
right?
It is ridiculous how much it's changed. So I think that the helmet catch is, I think, when the NFL really kind of started to take over. And you mentioned that's when kind of the casual fringe folks started to becoming fans. And I find there are more football fans than fans of teams in general. Matt, I think you and I are maybe the last generation of fans who actually have a team that they follow.
It started with a team.
Yeah.
That's how it began, type thing.
And now it's just more, I like Mahomes, I like this, but I root for my fantasy team. That's, I think, the biggest thing now.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think it's those 2000s though. When we look back, because I don't remember, I don't know, and I have to maybe talk to a little bit older people for this, but I don't think the commercials during the Super Bowl was as big as in the 90s, but in the 2000s, the commercials during Super Bowl were a big deal. That if you were not a football fan, you were watching though because you wanted to see the new commercials, which is also just ridiculous to think they were wanting to watch. We hate commercials. 364 days of the year, but one day of the year we want to watch the commercials because there's this money. And then you look at the Super Bowl acts and how they've changed. The Super Bowl acts used to be, back in the day, it was like high school bands type thing. It was those
marching bands,
But then maybe the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake kind of changed a lot too in there where, like that was a big act.
It was huge.
But then the NFL went to icons.
Yes.
They went to the biggest acts that have ever, no, not Rihanna.
Oh.
No, like they went safe after that. They went and they got Tom Petty and they got Rolling Stones.
The year after Janet Jackson, it was Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. It ended. I think that whole era ended with Bruce Springsteen.
Did they not get Green Day too?
No, that was Grey Cup got Green Day.
That was Grey Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this was like in the 2000s. There was a run where Janet Jackson, the Boob came out and they just rolled through old school rock.
Like, let's get old men on the stage.
Let's get old men who know how to perform. The Who.
Yep, the Who did it.
They came out with those and they played it. Okay, we know this is going to be safe. We know this is going to be good, but these are also legends of the field. They're going to come and they're going to perform and they're going to do great stuff.
Do you guys actually know how the modern Super Bowl halftime show began?
No.
Because so to Matt's point, up until like 1992, it was not a spectacle. It was college bands. It was kind of hokey, to be honest. But I think it was 92 or 93, MTV announced they were doing counter programming at halftime. And it was Fox, because they showed an episode of In Living Color, which was a sketch show that they said, flip over at halftime and watch our show. And Super Bowl ratings actually went down during halftime. And the NFL said, never again. And the very next year, they had Michael Jackson do
at the Rose
halftime.
Bowl.
Wow.
And they said, never will anyone steal our attention again. And if you've watched that Michael Jackson halftime, he pops up and he stands for like 5 minutes, doesn't say a word. People are like fainting, going berserk. He just stands and then he performs. But back then, so this was what, early to mid 90s.
I think that would have been about 93.
Yeah, they realized no one is ever taking our spotlight ever again. And that is how these modern halftime shows began. And after Janet Jackson, they went with...
But then it went weird after that.
It did.
Because it was Michael Jackson, then it was Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, and the Judes. It was Rockin' Country Sunday. Then they did Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye with Indiana Jones, Patti LaBelle, Tony Bennett, Miami Sound Machine.
How do you go?
Bennett.
Take Me Higher, a celebration of 30 years of the Super Bowl, Diana Ross. They went Blues Brother Bash, where they did the Blues Brothers. Okay, what happened here? What am I?
So you go from Michael Jackson to all of those
To like
acts?
Disneyland rides.
No
why is this
district.
going
Yeah.
So then, and there were like themes to them all.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I have to
Indiana Jones.
refresh this. Sorry.
Is there a new movie coming out? Is that
I think that was a ride. I honestly think that was like we're promoting a Universal Studios ride.
Blues Bash.
geez.
So it was the Blue Brothers, obviously. Then they went to salute to Motown, and then Celebration of Soul. But then it kind of switched in the 2000s. Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Iglesias. Then it was Aerosmith, NSYNC, the Kings of Rock and
nice.
Pop.
That's the one that was the first one I.
And I think that's finally the switch that they make. It was U2, Shania Twain, no doubt,
huge?
Janet Jackson, P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, Justin Timberlake, Jessica Simpson. And then we went through the run of Paul McCartney, Rolling Stones, Prince, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band,
Yeah,
The
these are
Who,
big hitters.
The Who, and then it was Black Eyed Peas. That was the switch away from it. That was awful.
I think Black Eyed Peas did Grey Cup and Super Bowl in the same year. They're one of like
No, because that one, they did 05 Grey Cup.
Okay.
And that year they did 2011.
Okay.
They might have done
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think they did
something like
something.
that.
It was very strange.
was that a bad show?
Black Eyed Peas?
were
awful.
Not my favorite halftime show. No.
It was
Why
so
were they so
forgettable. It was a Grey Cup wasn't good either. They were
that
not
sucks.
good live. Will.i.am though is teaching like AI at like Arizona
Is
State
he?
or something like that.
Say what?
He's got an interesting thing.
Will
Read up.
I.am?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think so. I think in that like it was the Super Bowl change.
Yeah, that's
if
also
I'm
fair.
sorry, I think there was a change
it became-
around there. Then you brought the casuals.
Yeah, you
Became not
hooked them
just
in.
for football fans, right?
It was also what's the lead out program? What is on after the Super Bowl?
Yep.
So people would watch because then they'd watch the big show that would be shown after the Super Bowl. I remember American Dad, I think, premiered after the Super Bowl.
One of my favorite episodes of The Office, where Stanley has a heart attack. That was
Yeah.
right after the Super Bowl.
Oh,
so
seriously?
Like
Yeah.
35 million people watched that episode because it was on right after
Yeah,
the Super
great
Bowl.
episode.
Yeah, and it was a great episode, so it worked out.
And now the NFL is what it is, and they own everything.
Yeah.
Absolute
It's
giants.
wonderful times. The official drink of the EST Hangout, Dylan Small Batch Distillers, refreshing cocktails made by the #1 canned cocktail brand. Made the right way, crafted right here in Canada. Find them at your local liquor store. Elks, they are 8-3. Big win on Friday against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. A nice flip from years ago where the Bombers would be the team that would be trailing and then they'd find a way to claw back and get that victory. But the Edmonton Elks, they go into the bye week with the victory. Labor Day bus, that's their next game. EdmontonSportsTalk.com, click on Labor Day bus. We're going down to Calgary back 160 plus GST. Coop's going to be on it. I'm going to be on it. Eric's going to be on it. Jay's going to be on it.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
EST Labor Day is the promo code to get $15 off. They're a good football team.
They are. And Labor Day is always something special. I think it's regardless of where the teams are in the standings, I think Labor Day is always special. But this year in particular, Edmonton has a chance to really distance themselves from Calgary with this back-to-back series.
And who knows where VA is in Diedrich Mills?
Absolutely, right? So this is a big opportunity. And isn't it so nice to go into someone else's building and just steal their lunch money and then come back north if you're Edmonton?
And come back to a place that is turning into a place that's difficult to come in and win.
Yeah.
The Elks are 5-1 at home this season, or is it 4-1?
What was that quote from Mark Killam? He said it's the northern concrete jungle or something along those lines. Yeah, like protecting this house. Mark Killam, I'm sure, wants to go into his former spot,
Of course.
take a win.
Yeah,
Well-
he says the other city doesn't even use the name
I love
Calgary.
that.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
college football right there. I
Yeah.
love that.
Ohio State on their schedule will do the team from up north or something like that for when Michigan's. They won't write Michigan. They won't write Michigan. There was also a thing for a long time. I don't know if they still do it. Baltimore doesn't put up Indianapolis Colts or something.
Oh.
I think they just call them Indianapolis or something because the Colts left Baltimore to go to Indianapolis or something.
Oh,
there.
so it's just like, yeah,
There's
why
always
would
some-
we?
But if you're a Stamps fan, you might be upset because like you let this guy go, and you might be having to go. Like if things stay where they are and you finish last, you might be having to go through a coaching change. And there was the guy that everyone wanted, but he's up north winning football games, and you're sitting in the bottom of the West.
So, yeah, how are they looking? Well, and then last year, was it when we went down there on the Labor Day bus last year, the Elks did not have a great time against the Stampeders. They were pretty much throttled. The
Yeah,
entire game.
second
There's
half, the
parts that
Stamps
were
took
close.
over.
Yeah, but they just put the pedal to the metal and kind of coasted away with the victory. It's kind of odd because the Stamps started pretty decent this season. Like Vernon Adams Jr. had that awesome stretch, 21 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Team was rolling. Everything was going great. Their offense was just clicking. compared to any other team in the league. Like they're the hottest offense, and then now it's like they hit a brick wall.
Yeah, there's always second half VA that maybe we're seeing.
Yep.
Because isn't that the gripe against him?
Games.
He slows down.
If you look at his seasons, he's generally has started off really well, and then there's a little cooling period for a bit, and then it's can he get back up going? But it's like late August. Yeah. Well, and there's always injuries too a little bit at this time of the year too, which is fast. It was around this time a couple years ago where he got hurt, came back, or I don't even know if he was back yet, and that's when BC signed Nathan Rourke, and it was the end of him there, and then he goes to Calgary and all of that. So. No, this is a team that maybe they can do what the Stamps did to Edmonton, which is they came into their house in 2018 and won the Grey Cup.
Yeah,
maybe the Elks are on their path to took them a while, but returning the favor.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the it's. I know we look at this regime as kind of the new, but this has been coming for a long time, right? Last year down the stretch, they started to put together some wins. And I think this team continues to build, and I don't think they've played their best football yet. They've played very good football, don't get me wrong, but I still think the Elks have another level that they can get. They're squeaking out these close ones, don't get me wrong, but I do think 8-3 is awesome, man. You will take that any single day of the week. But I think down the stretch, they could really put some distance between themselves, Calgary and BC. They're playing well, and they've been healthy, which is so important.
Their next 5, and even when they're not healthy in certain spots, the guys that are coming up are playing just well.
Yeah, that was a huge point,
you get Calgary, who might not have VA and Diedrich Mills. We'll have to wait and see. Then there's Toronto, Hamilton in that. I don't know how the order goes.
The sandwich.
you win 3 of those games.
Yeah. You're in really good shape.
You go 3-2, just above 500. All of a sudden, you're at 11 wins.
We're almost at a point where we say, do you sit Cody Fajardo? We're not there just yet.
No, but I'm looking. I know a lot of people are talking
Taylor
about
Powell,
Edmonton and Saskatchewan last game of the season. It's literally the last game of the CFL season, and it's going to matter. I'm not getting a point. It's not going to matter.
Well, Saskatchewan dropped 2. They dropped 1, against Hamilton last week, and then BC with their 4th straight win against the defending Grey Cup champions.
I think there's
6-4 now.
And I'm not saying the Elks necessarily going to win the West, but I think there's going to be a situation where things are going to be locked in going into the last weekend in some way, shape, or form. That's going to be the week that you would rest a Cody. But I don't think there's any other reason you'd be resting Cody until that
just
situation.
let him play.
Well, if you have to, you can't give up wins.
Yeah. Well, he's having a near career year.
He's thrown the front runner for MOP right now.
Davis Alexander.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
but I think it should be Tyson Philpott.
Yeah.
Well, he has a touchdown almost every game, right?
Every time
he
catches everything that's thrown at him.
Eric has both those guys, but I still beat him in fantasy, so I'm very thankful for that. I'm rolling.
Who helped you push that over the edge then with Alexander?
I've got a
Philpott
great. Well, the rest of his team that wasn't strong enough. I had the Montreal defense who had a touchdown. Sergio Castillo was a great kicker.
Yeah.
I had Rankin and Oliveira who were just great running backs.
Yeah.
Cody's doing well. Cody's actually having a good season. Cody was not far off from Davis Alexander.
Well, he's second in passing yards. He's second, I think, in touchdowns as well. He has 18, which is tied for a career high. So he's doing phenomenal. He hasn't done that since 2019 when he was a part of the Riders.
It's just nice seeing the Elks be good.
It is.
And talking about a home playoff team.
Yeah.
15 was the last time that happened. That's just ridiculously wrong, right?
I was in grade 9, guys.
Grade 9, wow.
Since the Grey Cup in 05, they've hosted in, I think it was 11, 14, 15. 3 times.
Just the sheer math of that makes you wonder how difficult that is.
And for when we were growing up, it was just which home game are they hosting?
Is it the semi or the final?
Yeah. It's not are they in the playoffs? It's which home game are we going to? Is it the semi or is it the final? And then get to the Grey Cup. But there's also a path here where Edmonton will not have to leave the province through November. Yeah. You get that West final, you could play Edmonton, Calgary. How great would that be?
Perfect. Just the wear and tear. It's been winning is the best deodorant, right? People forget a lot of stuff if you start winning, and to see people back in that stadium, the crowd on Friday night looked awesome. And you're always going to run into these struggles if it's not a Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, or Calgary. If the Argos come to town, it's always difficult to put people in, but I think seeing young people get into it, I don't feel like I'm an old person, but I can say I'm not young. But seeing people younger than me actually get into this, whether it is through fantasy, whether it is through betting, whether it's through just exciting plays, like Justin Rankin, his highlights for the first half of the season are incredibly fun to watch. So seeing the older generation that never really left, the lapsed fan, I'll call myself a lapsed fan. Like I've been back this year. It's been awesome. And just seeing everything kind of come together has been awesome.
It was great. Like there was a lot of young people at this game. I will give them credit for a great promotion.
Well, it's country night. Everyone
country
loves
night,
country.
Yeah.
and they did a shuttle from Cook County. Like they did a Cook bus, which is just for the younger group.
Yeah.
That is an outstanding promotion to add to that
Yeah.
one. So
No,
it was-
that's a hopping spot.
walking in the concourse quickly, it was like an immediate like, wow, there's a lot of younger people here, 20-something-year-olds.
Awesome.
And that's
They're all
what
there
you
for
need to
Alan
see.
Jackson, the experience.
Hey, whatever reason, get them there. As long as they're buying tickets and coming to support the team. It was 22-5 against Toronto, 22-8 against Winnipeg. It's going to be a slow build. You need to do this consistently. We'll see what this Calgary game is after that. But you do well. You have a nice playoff appearance. Could next year, when those games happen, could we be talking 25,
Yeah,
as opposed to 20? You've just built it back a little bit. So it is absolutely great.
If you get your season tickets up too, like they are affordable
not
season
expensive,
tickets,
man.
right?
Yeah.
And if you put on a good product and it's, man, they're like, if it's a nice day and you're in that stadium, it's really hard to beat that.
And then I will also then go add one, if they do have a home playoff day, like if they host the West Final, they get multiple weeks to promote that.
Upper Bowl.
We need to push to get that field building full. There's something about cold football still though, to me, and for that one, it's a playoff game. You come out for the playoff game and to support the team.
Especially because it will likely be against Calgary or Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So you'll have not the walk up, but you'll have Rider fans there. You'll have Calgary fans coming up.
It's the blast.
Yeah,
it is so much fun.
Being in Commonwealth when it's packed, it's unlike anything else. And even I was there for the Grey Cup in 2018, but growing up, like that Labor Day rematch was at 03 after the Ed Hervey helmet throw where there was 61,000 for a regular season game on Friday night.
Sold out.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
it's-
see, the only time that I've seen Commonwealth Stadium full was when I went to Metallica a couple of years ago, a few years ago now. And then I guess recently, like Canada, Uzbekistan, it was, of
course, yeah.
It was over, 45,000. But to see that, and I sat there and thought, like, this is how football games used to be watched. Not every single game, but like you said, 61,000 people. It's great, and hopefully one day it can be the same.
hopefully, man. It's
It used
awesome.
to be about 35, but when Calgary, Saskatchewan rolled, it'd be 40. And it was just Commonwealth full. It's just right.
Yeah.
It's a great vibe. Quickly need to get to Estes presented by Mr. Mike's, taking place September 15th. Sold out Estes. Wednesday just got saucier at Mr. Mike's. It's Wing Wednesday every Wednesday from 4 till Crows. Get 10 wings for $10. Go big with wings and frings platter for $19.98. Dine in only. Mr. Mike's, eat local, enjoy casually. Category today that has been discussed in the morning show on EST Afternoons. Reed Wilkins show later today as well. Today is the 24th, which means AM Nasty of the Year. This is a big one. This is a big one. I don't know what we have in the category.
Yeah, I actually haven't checked. Let me see here, because I remember
right off
checking
theme.
last week.
If you have any AM Nasties of the year contenders, throw them into the Nasty
Please.
chat. Because this is just overall. This is the big one. There's nothing right now listed. I'll
an
have to
AM
go through
Nasty
those.
is for the morning show specific.
No, it's the Nasty of the year. It's the
Just
overall.
nasty,
It's nasty.
okay.
It's a word that's nasty there. I don't know why I haven't
Right.
listed it as AM Nasty. That's just what we call the Nasties initially. But for the Nasty there, this is the grand award. It was Tube Socks year one. It was Big Uke last year. I think that's the rotation.
I'd like to throw my support behind Rip City Step.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's my nomination. If I'm allowed to nominate, probably Rip
course.
City.
We're just if we just fill out this, and then there's a vote process that goes. Duck Dad has been thrown in from El Presidente.
Any kind of
So yeah, this is an interesting category, tough category, but that's what we're looking for. Tuesday, September 15th, sold out Estes. Varscona Theater. Looking forward to the Estes presented by Mr. Mike's Casual Steakhouse. Steakhouse Casual, apologies. MCTV, I don't want to take over too much because you have the great segment that everyone loves on Tuesdays with Hernan and Gager.
Joe knows.
This has been a great year for
It has been.
for pop culture, I guess.
Yeah,
pop culture, movies, TVs.
I think it's dramatic to say movies are back, but we had a really, really good summer slate of movies. Spider-Man has grossed $2 billion. More than that, it's like the 5th highest grossing movie of all time. But if you're not into comic book movies or that kind of genre, we had The Odyssey, which has been a complete juggernaut. And a couple months before that, we had Project Hail Mary. So we have these big, not family movies, but just, I'll call them grown-up movies, I guess. So the fact that people are going back to the movies We've had a couple movies top the $1 billion mark. It's been really, really fun to see. We have two big ones to close out the year as well with Dune 3 and The Avengers. It's been great. TV's been solid as well. There's some really good stuff both on linear cable, but on streaming and stuff. It seems like we've finally gotten out of that weird 2020, 2022 kind of rut that we were in. So getting back in movie theaters has been so much fun.
And what are you guys doing with the in the lead up to Avengers?
Yeah, so we're doing Road
CG.
Yeah, we're doing Road to Doomsday. So every other week, we are about 8 weeks away. December month, still a few months away from Avengers Doomsday coming out. So people
that's so soon actually when you think of it. Jeez.
People get intimidated by the scope of Marvel, the fact that there's there's
me too.
38 movies and you feel like you have to know everything back. You don't. Let me be clear, it helps. But Hollywood is not in the business of making $1 billion movies that only a select portion of the audience can see. So what we're doing with Road to Doomsday is we picked 10 projects that we feel are going to connect the most into Avengers Doomsday. And we're just doing a recap, talking about how they fit into the story, why we're talking about this, who's coming back. It can be a little bit confusing when you talk about different universes and stuff kind of colliding and merging. And basically, long story short, is Marvel sold off their rights about 40 years ago before they were a juggernaut. So all their toys were all over the place and all their movies were all over the place as well. And they're all kind of coming together with this project. So we're just saying you can skip this one, maybe helps to watch this one before, and we kind of give you a tutorial or a how-to guide so you're not completely lost heading into it.
That's exactly what I need.
Yeah. Well, I need, because I never seen the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. In fact, the only Spider-Man I ever seen was the first Tobey Maguire, which I rewatched recently too, and it's darker than the other ones.
It is.
But it's great. It's still awesome. And William Dafoe is outstanding.
It's perfect for that
So
role.
I went into watching the Tom Holland ones, and I still haven't seen the new one, but girlfriend, like I had her and I was like, we'd start like the first movie and she paused and she's like, oh yeah. And then she had to pull up a clip from one of the movies prior. And it's like, hey, this is what happened. You didn't know this. Okay. And then we'd go and then we'd jump to the second movie and we'd start watching. She'd pause. Okay, this is what happened in these other movies that you don't know.
Go to YouTube for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I'm not used to that and having to connect from these other movies and stuff like that.
Like
it's intimidating.
Yeah, it totally is. And growing up reading comic books, when that stuff would happen, there would be an editor's, they still do this, but there's an editor note saying like, hey, to recap what happened, read Amazing Fantasy number 4. Like there's a little note in the corner. So that's kind of how
they got to do that for during the movie.
Kind of,
on the bottom.
It can be.
Have the little,
I get why people get intimidated by it, but at the end of the day, they're not in the business of making these niche movies. So they're trying to incorporate as many people as they can.
Road to Doomsday 10 different episodes for specifically Road to Doomsday.
Yeah.
That has started.
Yeah, so we did the first 2 X-Men movies was our first episode. That was 2 weeks ago, going way back to the year 2000 and 2003. And then our next one comes out in a couple days. So I won't tell you which one we're doing, but every other week we do Road to Doomsday, and in between we just do our regular news dump episodes where we get caught up on the TV shows we're watching. Ted Lasso's back. Lanterns has been awesome on Crave TV up in Canada, and anything else that we're kind of chatting about. So it's been always a lot of fun to do that kind of stuff.
MCTV podcast. Kelvin says need to have some conversations about the new James Bond. I just looked this up. So they've confirmed a title and a release date.
Well, I know they have their director. It's Denis Villeneuve.
Is it?
Yeah, he's confirmed to do Bond, yeah.
Holy crap. That guy has, his filmography is not long.
No.
But it's banger after banger, including the entire Dune trilogy.
Yeah. So once he's done Dune, he's jumping over to do James Bond. Because like the rights of James Bond, this is also very confusing. Amazon now owns James Bond. So they hired Denis saying, yeah, whenever you want to get to James, here's a blank check, finish your Dune, and then come make a James Bond movie for us.
Without knowing the movie, having seen it, could Dune surpass Odyssey for Oscar, do you think?
I don't think so.
No.
I think just because it's Dune 3. And I think people immediately, similar to what you guys said about Marvel, saying like, well, I didn't see the first 2. I'm a little confused. I know Dune's a book. It's
Return
been
of the King won the awards, not the other two.
That is very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I just think the Odyssey, it had such a good head start.
Yeah.
And early buzz about Dune, obviously I haven't seen it. Early buzz about Dune 3 is that it's good. Just not as epic as the first 2, or the first 2 Dunes even too.
Oh, okay.
But who knows? That is Hollywood insiders. That's probably someone from a rival studio saying it. It's probably some because
Get the word out there, right?
Dune and Avengers come out on the same day. So it wouldn't shock me if someone from Disney is saying, yeah, Dune 3 is not going to be as
Doomsday.
good as... Yeah.
Well, and then I think over the weekend, was it a new trailer that came out?
Oh, yeah.
too?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
I'm sure there's lots to get to.
I'm intrigued who the new James Bond will be then.
Yeah, I don't
That's a
know
big
if-
deal.
You're excited.
I don't
Henry
know if-
Cavill's the one I just read is the favorite.
That'd be really cool.
Oh.
Is he almost too big, though, for James? Like, he's huge.
Bulky?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also feel like for certain roles, like James Bond is a superhero.
Yeah.
I feel like those roles should make a star rather than a star.
Taking it over.
Yeah.
Because did that make Pierce Brosnan?
He was a
Was he
bit of a
big
star.
enough?
Like he was on a show called Remington Steele before that. In certain circles, he was big, but he wasn't a household name.
Daniel Craig wouldn't have been a household name. Although I always had time, and I think now it just could never happen. But for years, it was always Idris Elba
Yeah.
was rumored. I thought that would have been an incredible.
I think he's too old now, though.
Yeah. Well, I just even saw a quick thing. Theo James he was on White Lotus the second season.
Oh, okay,
That one said he's too old.
I think the clubhouse leader is a guy named Callum Turner right now.
Oh, yeah.
Why have I seen
Isn't
him?
he married to Dua Lipa?
I think so, yeah. He's like, if you Google him, has a very recognizable face. I think he's kind of the clubhouse leader right now.
Yes, this guy. Yeah, okay, I've seen him.
Got to wrap up the hangout here. He's married to Dua Lipa, I believe. I didn't even text back to you. He just sent me pictures of his current rotation right now. So that's his current shoes rotation. He just took time to send that to me. I'll have to respond back to him. Mark, really appreciate this. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining this station on Tuesdays as well with Nanso and Gager. It's a fun segment. I know they get excited about it, and our audience does too. And be sure to say hi to CG.
Of course. I'm always grateful for the opportunity, guys. Always great to chat with you. Sorry I
Didn't even talk
hijack it at
Jets.
times. Yeah, we can do it. I think we'll close it. Ceiling is 7 wins, floor is 3 wins.
Fair enough. Would you want Arch Manning?
I would. I don't think Arch wants the Jets.
Fair enough. We'll have to get you on during the NFL
Okay,
season
for sure.
and try
Love
to
it.
get you on a little bit more. Mark, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Care
it.
Family Resource Center as well, MCTV podcast. If you go to edmontonsportstalk.com, they've got a page. Click there. It'll take you to all their socials or their platforms on Spotify, Apple for you to listen. We've got Lock Shop. We've got Oil Stream. We've got EST Afternoons. Kubusch is hosting, and we got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne without Reed Wilkins. Then actually on our audio stream tonight at 7 o'clock, it is MCTV, or at 6 o'clock, and then following that is the Pipeline Show. Is the new season of the Pipeline Show is other way. On behalf of Mark, Zach, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in to The Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Lock Shop at Dusty and us in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.